He had to grab a roster. He's right down there.
I got rosters.
I don't know why he went to grab a roster.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another Saturday afternoon of Woodberry Far School Tiger Football. I am Coach Chris Holmes.
I'm Troy Lupian.
And I'm Graham Lanuti.
And we are thrilled to be here. It's a little warmer afternoon than we've had of late, guys.
Definitely is. It's been getting progressively warmer the last couple of days, which has been a nice little relief from the sudden drop in temperature we had.
I don't know. I was actually okay with the sudden drop in temperature, if you want to be perfectly honest.
I mean, we got some partly cloudy skies today. I'd say it's about maybe 80 degrees. My phone's currently in Spanish. 83 degrees. You can thank Mr. Collier for that.
Well, my phone's in Danish.
Oh, there you go.
You and I discussed that before. So, yeah, it's an interesting way to learn the language. We are going to be facing the St. Mary's Ryken's Knights. They are traveling to us from Maryland. But this is not a typical opponent for the Tigers.
Definitely not. This is the first time we've played, in my memory, this team since I've been here, and Troy not been here for the last
100%.
We played them in a Bengal football game about 14 or 15 years ago. I think we played them in a
basketball game, maybe?
No, a lacrosse game, maybe 10 years ago. But don't hold me to that. But it's not a typical opponent for us. They're about 3 hours or so away from us.
Yeah, they're all the way in Annapolis, so it's not a usual opponent for us. I know this is replaced Landon School on our schedule, so we won't be playing them anymore.
Well, I don't know if we'll play them again. What generally happens with Landon is if they're beating you, they want to play, and if you're beating them, they don't. That's the truth. It is the way it is. But apparently the schedules wouldn't jibe this year. And so, we're not playing home and home with Landon. I guess we'll probably travel to St. Mary's Ryken next year if I was guessing. I doubt this is a one-off.
Depending on how this game goes.
Well, that may be true. But, no, these guys, I will be honest, I've watched film on these guys, and you watch the way these guys carry themselves and conduct themselves. This is a well-coached team. They expect to win. They expect to be physical. They expect to walk out on the field and just kind of whip your tail. They're on defense, the best players are the linebackers, no doubt. Their linebackers are skilled, and they're athletic. They want to get downhill. They want to be physical. The defensive line is just a good high school defensive line, and their secondary is okay, high school secondary. On offense, they want to line up, run the ball at you, and pound the ball at you, and then hit you with the pass occasionally, hit you with a big play when you kind of get lulled to sleep. So I think you might see a similar team than what we saw last week.
I was talking to a defensive lineman, Nick Logan, during dinner yesterday. I was saying, hey, what are your thoughts on St. Mary's Ryken? He said they're a simple team, but what they do is they run it to perfection.
Are you if you remember the Titans?
Yes.
Where they got their 6 plays and they run them, but they run them so well. I don't know if it's exactly that, but what they do is not complicated, unless getting your tail kicked is complicated, and that's what they want to do.
Yeah, I mean, personally, the Tigers coming off a 2-game win streak, I'm really looking forward to this game. We got a big crowd here today.
Yeah, we have a really big crowd. We've got a lot of alum and parents and so forth that have shown up for the Dick Glover Memorial Service, which we'll kind of talk about and allude to and speak some more about today as the game progresses, and here very shortly, actually.
I do believe that Mr. Glover probably made an appearance in that pregame talk, and
I have no doubt.
I know that the football team was at the chapel today for his service, and being there and being in Dozen, it was really special to see the amount of alumni that came honestly from across the country to memorialize him and pay respects and tell stories.
If you if you want to look at iconic individuals in the history of Woodberry Forest, Dick Glover's way up. He's on the Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore without doubt.
And that exact reference was made today during
Mr.
chapel.
Huber.
Yeah.
Guys like those, they've been so integral in our community. And here comes the Varsity Football Tigers.
Yep, here they come, waving that flag.
I think that's 78 Willie Sy with the flag.
Yeah, I think that's Willie Messiah. He'll be one of our captains for today. Along with number 3, Lucas Sanker, who will be a captain. Number 8, Will Leahy. And number 14, Sheldon Robinson. Those guys will all be captains for the Tigers today.
All seniors and all really influential guys, both on and off the field.
All right, we're going to step out here in just a second. We will have a little pregame ceremony in honor of Dick Glover, and we're going to make sure that you are privy to that also.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Johnson Stadium at Haynes Field for a beautiful day for football and today's contest between the Woodberry Forest Tigers and the Knights of St. Mary's Ryken High School. Woodberry Forest warmly welcomes all of our guests, especially the players, students, parents, and fans of St. Mary's Ryken to Johnson Stadium today. As the teams prepare for kickoff, the Woodberry Forest School would like to remind everyone that the members of the Virginia Independent Schools Athletic Association abide by high standards of conduct, competition, and relations between its schools. All in attendance today are reminded that a high standard of good sportsmanship is expected not only of our players on the field, but also of the fans in the stands. And now, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America with our national anthem. Officials assigned to the game have been selected and assigned according to procedures adopted by the Virginia Independent Schools Athletic Association, and we welcome David Haney and his crew today. Today's Woodberry Forest captains are Lucas Sanker, Sheldon Robinson, Will Leahy, and William Messiah. St. Mary's Ryken's captains are Noah Johnson, Sean Jewett, and Zachary Pugh. The Knights are led by head coach Gary Wynn and Woodberry Forest by head coach Jackson Mateo. And now, if I could please have everyone's attention for a brief and special ceremony. Today, we are pleased to honor and pay tribute to Woodberry legend Dick Glover, an alumnus of the class of 1961, and an iconic teacher, advisor, and coach at both Woodberry and Blue Ridge School. Coach Glover passed away in May at the age of 82, and his life was celebrated this morning in St. Andrew's Chapel. While a student at Woodberry, Coach Glover was a member of the varsity football, wrestling, and tennis teams, and he played on Coach Red Carn's first football team. Coach Glover went on to earn a degree from Wabash University, and then served as a Marine helicopter pilot in Vietnam, where Captain Glover earned the Distinguished Flying Cross. Coach Glover later taught and coached at Blue Ridge School before moving to Woodberry, where he taught history and government for 26 years and coached the Bengal football and varsity wrestling teams. Coach Glover's wrestling teams at Blue Ridge won numerous league and state titles and won the national championship in 1975. His Woodberry wrestling teams won 21 Prep League titles, including 20 in a row and 9 state championships. He was inducted in the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, and Woodberry wrestlers now work out in the Glover Fitness Center and compete in the Riley Wrestling Room. For his exceptional dedication to his alma mater, Dick received the Distinguished Service Award in 2006, and his classmates and students established the Richard C. Glover Scholarship Fund at Woodberry in his honor. After he retired, Dick continued to mentor and advise hundreds of Blue Ridge and Woodberry alumni and their sons. He was a mentor to Woodberry football coach Jackson Mateo and loved to watch the Woodberry football games practice and play. I now ask that all of you in the audience who were connected with Coach Glover in any way, if he taught you, coached you, advised you, or you worked with him, please stand or wave to be recognized. Perhaps the statistic, thank you. Perhaps the statistic with which Coach was most proud is that at least 25 of his wrestlers went on to serve in the military, and several of them are here and others are listening in on WFSBN. Thanks to Coach Glover, these alumni, and all of you who are veterans or in active service for your dedication to our country. Several of these former wrestlers who follow Coach Glover into military service are here to represent him at today's coin toss. Performing the toss today will be Colonel Steele McGonigal, Woodberry class of 1985. Colonel McGonigal has served in the Virginia Army National Guard for 38 years. He earned a master's in strategic studies from the United States Army War College and is the National Guard Senior Advisor to the Department of Homeland Security and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Corey Coombs, Woodberry class of 1985, attended the U.S. Naval Academy and served in the Marine Corps for 8 years. Will Reynolds, Woodberry class of 1990, and U.S. Naval Academy class of 1994, served as a naval aviator until 2005. During his time of service, he flew missions in support of Operation Desert Fox and Operation Enduring Freedom. Tolliver Oates, Woodberry class of 2000, served as a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy, working as an aviation maintenance division officer in Japan and as Joint Command Watch Officer for the U.S. European Command in Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming these Dick Glover representatives to the field, where Colonel McGonigal will perform the coin toss.
And here we are for the coin toss. One little change in captains, we've noticed that Carson Murray is out instead of William Asaya. There's the toss. Appears that St. Mary's Ryken has won the toss and will receive the ball. They want to go on offense.
Interesting choice.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you feel confident in your offense, that's an okay thing. You give yourself a chance to get ahead and make the other team play from behind.
I mean, how I've been raised watching football, playing football, it's always been you like to defer. You always kick off so that you can get that momentum coming into the second half. So just as I guess habit, it's weird for me to see somebody take the kickoff, but I'm not saying that it's a bad choice at all.
No, it's a little different. I've heard Coach Jackson Mateo say there are opportunities sometimes that they'll take it. If you feel really good about what you're going to do on offense, you got a special play you want to run, something along those lines, then you might want the football first. Or maybe that's just their philosophy. They want the football first. So we'll try to get this return team for you. That's going to be number 4 back, who is that's number 4. No, it's hard to see.
Number 24.
If you look at the color scheme, it's a similar color scheme to actually to Flint Hill. That's number 2 back. Sorry, with some green and some blue, and they are the Knights.
Yeah, the Knights versus the Huskies.
So Juju Bradley and number 2 Noah Johnson.
Yeah, I was seeing number 4. Who is number 4?
Number 4 is Juju Bradley.
Yeah,
he is a junior.
He was killing it in the warm-ups. He was catching some beautiful in-stride, off-shoulder, deep passes there from the quarterback. So he's going to be – I think he's going to be on the spotlight for today's game.
No, he's definitely a talented athlete. Definitely a talented athlete.
And number 99, Andrew Bonney, our kicker and punter.
Yep. Andrew Bonney approaches the ball, gets that right foot into it, kicks it down. It will come down on the ground at about the 18, roll to the 15. Oh, good tackle right there.
That's
a good tackle.
Number 20.
Yeah, that's C.J. Rissmiller.
22, C.J. Rissmiller.
Whose name we will have called a lot in the first couple of games. We didn't really know who he was coming into the season. The new boy.
That is a new boy who has made his name for himself in 2 games.
Well, if you go out there and play as well as he had at times, you're going to make a name for yourself.
Absolutely.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 18, basically maybe a 3-yard return right there.
We got some, I think they're running Wildcat formation because their quarterback's number 16. I think they're in Wildcat right now.
There are 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah, there's a couple guys that play quarterback for them.
Number 6 and number 16 were both getting reps.
Yeah, this is DJ Trowell. Number 6, looking over to the they're in a spread, but they would like to run for the most part. Yeah. There's spread.
5 wide for first down.
5 wide, as you said. Motion. Fakes it, keeps it. Scoots to the middle and swallowed up after a gain of, we'll say, 5-ish. Gain of 5 on first down out of the 5 wide formation.
Now, I was talking to Mr. Holmes before the game, and we both saw number 6 and 16 getting some reps in, but it looks like number 6 is going to be more of a running quarterback.
No, he's an athlete. I've watched him on film this year. Now,
2nd and 6.
Yeah, second and 5-ish, and it looks like we're going 3 wide.
Yeah, trips right or trips left, I guess was. What
and a tight end. So yeah, trips left, tight end, handoff.
The draw's gonna bring him out to the right.
Oh, nice run.
And that'll be a first down.
That's number 5, Milburn.
It's a good read there by the running back, able to see that going front right there. D-line was gonna able to pack him up there, so he's able to get to the right end.
This is a team they would like to run up and run at you, and then they'll throw the ball over the top occasionally, trying to hit a big play on you. But if they can beat you at the line of scrimmage, they're going to. And they are physical. They have a physical offensive line. You have to, if you like good physical football, you have to like their O-line. So be 3 receivers down to the bottom, a split out wide to the top. So the third formation we've seen in 3 plays. Single back to the quarterback's left, snap back. Again, a nice little hole to run through.
Down by a team of Tigers.
Yeah, I believe the first one on contact there was 63, Nick Logan. He spun
down
down for a loss of about 4.
Gain of about 4.
Gain of about 4, sorry. You're correct.
Yeah, a solid run there. Way to make some out of nothing there. I mean, he didn't really have much room to work there, but he was able to get a couple out of it.
So seeing that same tight end up to the top, 3 receivers down to the bottom of the screen. Again, handed off. Nothing fancy.
And either just short or just made a first down.
With 4 progress, he's got it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like what you and I were talking about, Coach. This team is a simple – they're going to be running simple plays. I think all of their plays have been halfback draws so far.
Yeah, well, they have the quarterback run on first down, but no, you're exactly right.
And they're doing it well. They're running all over the Tiger defense so far.
Gain of about 8, be 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line of the Knights. Split out wide to the top of the screen, 1 split out wide. The young man that plays the tight end position, which is number 13, Connor Todd, he's in the slot now, inner slot down to the bottom of our screen.
Seems to be more of a receiving tight end than a blocking tight end.
That one, now that's swallowed. Oh, no, I was wrong. I thought they had that swallowed up. The young man kept his feet turning.
That'll
nice
be
job.
Gain of about 5 yards.
Yeah, that's a nice run right there.
He had a spin move that didn't look like it was going to get him much, but then he was able to evade the D-line.
Well, there were a host of Tigers right there in the middle of that.
Yeah.
And we'll call that a gain of 6. We're right at midfield, nudging up the midfield. 2nd and 4.
Trips left.
Yep, trips left. Tight end up the top of the screen again. Hard count. Hand it off. And, oh, look at those feet.
And he got through what I honestly thought he was going to get stopped.
It looked like a very similar run to the one before. Yeah, we're seeing this running back. Some of our guys are, hitting him, and I think we're expecting him to go to the ground. He's not. It's going to be another gain of 9.
They're going to bring in I don't think they're bringing in a backup running back. I think they're going to have all receivers out.
They could, but there maybe number 9.
I think secondary running back.
Yeah, that's Cooper Pollard, a junior.
Now watching the quarterbacks practice earlier, looks like number 6 has a little bit more of an arm than his counterpart.
Handoff. Gets that left edge. falls forward.
And after maybe, I think this is the 7th or 8th play of the drive, we have not seen a single pass play.
And we haven't seen any losses either. We haven't seen any loss of yardage. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
A gain of about 7 there. Be 2nd and 3 inside Tiger territory at the 34.
The Knights are taking quick work of this.
Well, they get to the line quickly. They look at how the defense is lined up, and they get the play call from the sideline. So my guess is with what they're doing, they probably have 2 plays called, and you're just signaling the one that you want. I'm not positive, but if I watch a little more, I believe that's what we got going on. 3 receivers at the top, split out down to the bottom. Is not called offsides. That's probably the smallest gain we have seen so far. That's going to be a gain of a yard or 2. Yeah, just barely tripped up there. Cooper Pollard on the run.
Move just didn't work out too well. It's going to be 3rd and very manageable here for the Knights.
Yep, 3rd and about a yard. Number 9 runs off the field. We see Milburn on the field again. Milburn is a sophomore running back.
And it'll be a first down.
They did call it a first down. Okay. 3-yard gain.
I don't think they've had a single 3rd down on this drive.
They have not.
First
They're
and
just
second
grinding
downs.
it out. And taking time off the clock.
Another run.
Able to find a window, but he's swallowed up for about a gain of 3 or 4.
He's met in the hole right there by Grayson Cooley. Grayson Cooley stood him up. Still going to be, that's a good 4 yards down the field, though. So it'll be a gain of about 4 still.
And I mean, these initial drives are so crucial for the defense. They need to be able to learn this offense, learn how they work. And I mean, they can't make their play plan more obvious right now. They are running the ball.
Tight end to the bottom, 3 receivers to the top. Handed off to the weak side. Nothing weak about that run, though.
Oh, big hit from 16, Shorty Strother.
With a nice lick. Unfortunately, it was about 8 yards downfield. Tigers, to be honest, if you're a solid running back, these guys are pretty solid, pretty thick running backs. If you just have a couple yards where you can gain some momentum, you are doubly tough to bring down. And I think that's what we're seeing so far. Tigers' defensive line has to set this line of scrimmage a little better.
And both these running backs have proved to be really evasive, too. I mean, these guys are less power backs, more elusive backs, and they're able to find their holes through the Tiger defensive line. It's been working.
So Milburn to the right of the quarterback to the 3 receiver side. Now he keeps it. Knew that was coming at some point.
And tripped up by number 73. I think that's number 70.
That'll be a gain of about 3-ish yards.
Yeah, if you're wondering what happened right there, why did that look a little different? The quarterback is trying to read the defensive end. If the defensive end comes down the line of scrimmage too quickly to try to make that tackle instead of holding his ground, quarterback's going to keep that, and he's going to run it instead. It's a little read option right there, and that's exactly what we saw that time. It's the first time the quarterbacks kept it.
And that's a college play right there.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, and you see it in a lot of high school playbooks nowadays.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see a pass right now. They've shown run plays so often that. And it's another run.
It is another run. And that's going to be, I mean, you look at that, with a lot of teams, that's going to be no gain, maybe a yard gain. 2 yards is better than nothing. And they definitely picked up 2 or 3 yards. Yeah, they're going to make it 3rd and 5, which this is their first 3rd down. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, I'd say now would be the time that you could expect maybe an RPO if they're running that.
Possibly. I will tell you, though, they are not afraid to run it on 3rd and 5 from the film I watched.
That's completely fair.
They are not afraid to run it. And you might keep your eye on the tight end up at the top, 13. He's manned up with Kobe Beal, I believe, up at the top.
Depends on the formation. Have a hard count here.
Hard count. Again, handed off.
I think he stopped. That's a generous call there for the refs.
Yeah, I think he got it.
And he's got it.
And if he does, it's going to be 1st and goal. They'll be at the 10.
1st and goal.
First down Knights.
So they're 1 for 1 on 3rd down conversions. We are a little more than halfway through the first half. And Coach Duke Sherrill, or the first quarter. Yeah, Coach Duke Sherrill and I talked about this is what they want to do because for the most part, you don't give up points if the other team doesn't have the ball. And we haven't had the ball yet.
Yeah, in some cases, the best defense is a good offense.
You're absolutely right. And you can say the opposite sometimes, too. That's more of a basketball probably thing because good defense turns into good offense on the basketball court sometimes. But, no, you're 100% right. Handed off.
And he's met right there at the line of scrimmage.
Strother again.
And a good play there by the Tigers secondary. Way to learn that play.
Rissmiller
and stop for about 1.
On that play
Rissmiller
again.
Getting a solid piece of that.
Yeah, Rissmiller is going to come in and make sure he cleaned that up. I'm going to call that,
2nd down.
I would call it close to 2. 2nd goal from about maybe it's closer to the 9. 2nd goal from the 8.5, 9 yard line.
We'll also be keeping y'all updated on the big college games today. Clemson had a big win over NC State, 59-21, I believe.
And I really thought UNC may give up triple digits for a while. I really did.
70-44 currently with James Madison.
Wow.
Halfback draw. Stop that.
Swallowed up by Junior. That's just the best way to put it. Junior just clamped those big Junior arms around him, and he went to the ground. It's going to bring up their first, third, and longish.
Junior Saunders is the type of guy where you do not want to be running in his direction.
Well, I'll tell you, Saunders has impressed me on the D-line this year. We knew what a good offensive lineman he was, but he's played a lot more on the D-line this year, and he's impressive at times.
He's aggressive, which is terrifying as a running back.
I think the Flint Hill center probably has nightmares about Junior just plowing over him. So we're going to be 3rd and 7. Could still run it, though. Would not be surprised to try to set it up. No, he's sprinting to his right.
Rolls
looking
out.
for 13. Oh!
Deflected there by Sheldon Robertson.
I thought Sheldon might go house there for a second.
If he dove for it, I think he would have had it, but that's a good play there.
I think it's deflected into the receiver's hands. It was.
Oh, he caught that?
He caught that. That was 13. I told you they would look for 13. Going to be 4th and goal from the 4-yard line.
And they're keeping their offense on.
Not a surprise.
Yeah. I mean, you have 4th and about 4.5. So once again, you could expect a run play here.
Well, you got that. You got the trips up to the wide side of the field.
They've been doing that this whole drive.
Looking back, looking one-on-one. It's bottled up. Quarterback sprints out. Oh, and he's short. He's short. He's not much short, but he's short.
And that is going to be a half-yard line start there for the Tiger offense.
That is going to be an 86.5-yard drive on an 87-yard field.
Wow.
Well, no, 82.5 on an 83-yard field. That was a substantial stop by the Tigers because time of possession,
I'd say
9 minutes and 4 seconds versus nothing, but 0-0 still.
A beautiful stop there by the Tiger defensive line. But now the offense has to find a way to get out of this situation. This is not a great spot to be.
Well, do you line up? You try to just eke it forward and pick up a yard or two? You could take a shot downfield here. I mean, it's the first time you had the ball.
I mean, you need to give Womhoff some reps here.
Well, yeah, it depends on how risky you think it is. If you think you can protect your quarterback, then you give him a little bit of time. Let's see who they come out with.
You've been looking at their defensive line. How's the Knights' defensive line been looking?
It is a high school defensive line. That's the best way to put it. That's Coach and I talked about it. It's a good high school defensive line. That's what it is.
Got trips right towards the bottom of y'all's screen.
Yep. Single back in the backfield.
Man in motion. Run it to Hudgens. Hudgens has some room.
Couldn't quite get the edge. If he gets the edge, he's probably got first down. Maybe more.
That's what I thought, but we don't have the best view of it back here.
I think this game might turn into run game versus run game.
Well, it could. To be honest, that's what both teams would like to do.
That is what they would love
We only saw passes just out of necessity from the Knights in their first drive. I'm guessing, I don't know, I'd like to know, but I'm guessing about 11 runs and maybe a couple passes.
That sounds about right.
That's probably pretty close to that.
After the last 2 games Shorty and Kadre have had, I wouldn't be surprised to see them get the ball.
A gain of a yard.
Womhoff with the design run.
Yep.
He's got some room.
I like it.
Got some good blocks there, too. He's taken down at the 20-yard line for a run of about 20.
I actually really like that call a lot.
His feet there,
well,
he could probably get another 10 yards.
No, I like that
He was wrapped
call,
up at the legs there.
He's not going to outrun their secondary to the end zone. But, yeah, if he keeps his feet, he's probably got another 20 yards. But it is so hard to defend a good running quarterback because you don't account for that. So they've got another blocker, essentially. You got another guy to block if your quarterback can run. So that gets us out from under the shadow of our own goalpost. Be 1st and 10 from the 20, just like it'd been a touchback.
Man in motion. Looking for the check
Screen
down.
the other way. Screen to Leahy, I believe. That's swallowed up nicely.
Stop for nothing.
Swallowed up nicely. So what you're trying to do there with that motion is you're trying to drag a linebacker out the opposite side, and you can't defend that screen, but that was well defended there.
And you were saying the best part of their defense is their linebackers, correct?
Yeah, their linebackers are athletic. They want to get downhill, which you can take advantage of that with screens sometimes. They'll take themselves out of the plate, but they did not there. Yeah, their linebackers are the best parts of their defense from what I saw. These 3 guys, they like to get downhill, and they like to play physical.
And they're able to read an offense, too, which is important.
No, yeah, they'll know what's going on. All right, kept by Womhoff again. Womhoff
takes one hit.
Yeah, and we have first down.
And, I mean, there you go. You have that not play action, but
a running quarterback.
A running quarterback,
or a quarterback that can run. I don't know if Womhoff would tell you he's a running quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think he would say.
He has a good pocket presence, but he's able to run it.
But he's able to run. That's exactly right.
And he's not afraid to take a hit.
He is
no, he's not.
He is not Peyton Manning. in the backfield.
No, he is not.
Who's
Or Tom Brady.
Yeah, in his entire career had like, what, 1 rushing touchdown or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, so, but, yeah, he's also not Cam Newton. We drew an analogy. What was the analogy we drew last week?
I think I called him Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, which is okay. That's fair. I had another analogy
you had a
I
good
liked.
one.
I had somebody I thought made sense. I'm trying to think who it was now. Well, we've got a timeout on the field. There's 1:25 left in the first quarter. I do not want to jinx us. How many flags have we had?
Oh, 0.
Yeah, well, okay, knock on wood.
I think you were saying C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, Stroud, perhaps. Yeah, who can run but doesn't really. That's not really his thing.
Yeah, because he's young, so I mean, he still has plenty of years where he can sprint out if the play goes
definitely
the wrong way. But yeah, he's able to sling that thing.
Mobile quarterback,
mobile.
but not a running quarterback.
Yep.
So it'll be 1st and 10 after the 12-yard scamper. 1st and 10 from the 32. Tigers with their first possession of the first quarter of the game.
And time's running down. We're getting towards the end of this first quarter. Handoff to Hudgens.
Hudgens is swallowed up the backfield quickly. Tigers just whipped at the line of scrimmage on that play, to be honest.
And that's going to be a loss of about 7.
We'll see. We'll see where forward progress is. I don't think it'd be quite 7. I think it'd be closer to 4 or 5.
His helmet came off.
If his helmet came off, he'll have to come out. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll call that a loss of
about 5.
4-ish. Yeah, 4.5 to 5.
Yeah,
so
it was brought down further back, but forward progress helps out with that. So we have number 22, C.J. Rissmiller, as our backup running back.
Yeah, we actually saw Rissmiller get a little bit of action at running back against Flint Hill, as I recall.
Yeah, I think we were putting him in towards the end of the game when we were up by a lot.
Yeah, that was an interesting game. The clock will wind. We're under a minute in the first quarter. Well played first quarter.
By both ends.
On both sides. These are 2 good, well-coached teams. If you watch their film, you can just watch sometimes a team get off the bus. Watching St. Mary's Ryken get off the bus, you could tell they got off expecting to win. Snap back. Wamhoff drops back. Looks over the middle. A little high, but a good catch. No, comes out. It was
a good snag there by number 6, Hudson Zell, but the contact just forces the ball out. Good play there by the secondary.
Not a bad ball by Wamhoff. If it's down maybe another 6 inches, then I think probably that's a completion right there. But he had to throw it over the defensive line. So, and here we go with Hudgens back on the field. Bring up 3rd and long. We'll call it 14.
Props to Zell, though, to put his body on the line for that ball.
Oh, no. He stretched out for that. It just wasn't like he had alligator arms. 29 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Tigers on their first drive of the ball game. They'll have it 3rd and 14 from the 28-ish. They're on.
Play action.
There's a screen.
Hudgens out. There's a flag on the field.
Maybe we might have been lined up wrong.
Or maybe an early holding call.
We'll see. Screens, you don't get a lot of holes because the whole objective is just to let the defensive line go somewhat. We'll see. They're talking to the opposite sideline, so I'm assuming that means it's on us. It would bring up 4th and
false start on the Tigers.
It would bring up 4th and 8-ish.
And they're going to decline that.
Yeah, decline the penalty.
So the punt team should be coming out.
We would think.
And there it is. With the kicker/punter, Andrew Ubani. We saw him kicking some solid punts during the warm-ups today, about 40 yards. So you could see how far back the returner is. That's number 7.
Yeah, that's 7 who's green.
Green lined up.
The clock should be running. Yeah, the clock is running. We can snap the ball this quarter or not. Just depends on what we would like to do. Ball is snapped. Bonnie gets the snap. Got to get away. Get it away.
Blocked.
It was close. All right. 7 green is waving everybody off.
And that's going to be down at the 35 to end the first quarter.
That'd be John Morrison to down the ball. So let's see if they spot it at the 35.
0-0 to end the first.
That'll be a 33. Let's see exactly where they spot it. They spot the 35 as a 33-yard kick.
Not bad at all.
With no return.
With that aggressive block attempt there from the Knights.
So that's I think they're spot at 34, in which case it would be a 34-yard kick. They'll swap ends of the field in what was a very quickly played first quarter. In fact, no doubt that was the antithesis of the game we saw up at Flint Hill a couple of weeks ago, where we would be about 10 minutes left to go in the first quarter at this point.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it really would have been.
Really quick first quarter. I mean, you just have that run the rock ball offense for the Knights, and then the Tigers trying to get that hybrid function in, bringing it into both Keandre Hudgens and giving the ball to Mark and letting him put it down the field.
Well, it kind of seemed like in the end that the Tigers were kind of figuring out what the Knights were got to do. I mean, Sheldon Robinson almost had a pick.
No, you're right. Well, this is interesting. These are two well-coached teams. We knew the Tigers were well-coached. I watched enough film this week. St. Mary's Ryken is a well-coached football team. We'll look this up. They got their head coach is Gary Wynn. He's in his second season, comes in 10-5. But this is a well-coached team. It'll be interesting to see if we see any changes or if they just go, we just got to do it a little better this drive. Because all we needed to be was a half yard better last drive, and you get exactly what you want.
Exactly.
So three receivers. Oh, you're right. Two receivers to the top. Thought we had tight end, and two at the bottom. Single back in the backfield, dropping back.
Pass play.
Almost intercepted there by number 5.
That's Styles
Harper.
And that is going to be reassuring for the Tigers.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. That is not exactly the quarterback's strong suit right there. DJ Trowell, I mean, he's a capable passer, but he's a little better probably getting outside the pocket, which we've seen some from them. If he just stands in the pocket and delivers the ball, he's an okay high school quarterback.
I think if you're saying he has an arm Lanuti, I think this is a Kyler Murray situation. He's able to sling it, but he likes running it.
He can sling it. Dropping back again, looking for the screen. Gets in that slot. That's dropped. It's forward. It's a forward pass. But I don't know that I heard a whistle, but that was definitely a forward pass.
You'd never be too careful to pick up that ball just in case.
No. You pick it up and run with it. The coach always tells you play until you hear the whistle, and maybe a little beyond. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 after 2 incompletions.
So already this offense is looking a lot slower compared to last drive.
Well, I will tell you, though, this is still not necessarily a passing down. They are very capable of a run here.
Yeah, they are,
because it's what they do best.
I think they're going to run some play action here. Try to trip up that defense and find a man for a medium game.
Well, you're getting the play call from the sideline, and the quarterback signaling it over to his receivers. They talk to each other. They drop straight back. Looks a little hitch.
Clean play.
Yeah.
That'll bring up 4th and 10.
That's very much a timing play. That ball was out of his hands before the wide receiver even put his foot in the ground. That ball comes out, and your timing has to be perfect. You have to be right on with each other. If it is perfect, it's almost unstoppable.
And number 3, Lucas Senker, almost got his hands on that ball.
Yeah, it's close. Very close right there. So we have number 26 who's, Ethan Agamite. And we asked specifically about this name because we weren't sure because the last name, Agamaite, we want to make sure we get the young man's name right. So it's Ethan Agamite. We asked.
Start there from the offense. That's going to bring them back even further.
We did ask to confirm that is his name, and he is the punter. He is a sophomore.
And a quick 3-and-out followed by this false start is not going to be the best way to start off the second half.
A much different drive than we saw in the first drive. And is that Robinson back?
It is.
We had Robinson back.
Virginia Tech commit.
And 22, C.J. Rissmiller was ready to take a piece out of that quarterback if there wasn't a flag on that.
Yeah, I'm going to expect a pretty aggressive.
A good snap.
Yeah.
Off the side of the foot. Not going to gain a lot of yards.
Very short punt. Almost on the Tiger end of the field.
Well, let's see. It's going to be really close to Tiger end of the field. In fact, that's going to be a 19-yard punt. 19-yard punt from 28 to the 47, I believe. And so that'd be the Tigers will actually take possession of the ball inside Knight territory then.
And just like that, all the wind is taken out of the Knight sails, and the Tigers are given a beautiful opportunity right here.
Well, if you're not a half an inch from the goal line, it opens up a whole other part of your playbook, and you're not starting the drive literally with the nose of the ball. They're going to mark it at the 49, sorry. So that's going to be a 23-yard kick.
Still in Tiger territory.
Yep, 23-yard kick. Tigers with much better field position, though, almost a half a field better.
2 receivers lined up at the top, 1 at the bottom of your screen.
Senker almost singled up by himself up at the top.
Run to Keandre Hudgens. He's finding a few gaps.
He's out.
Oh, maybe.
And a juke move keeps him up. And he's down at the 20.
He's going to be down
at the
18.
16, 18.
17-yard line. So that's going to be a 34-yard gain. And Hudgens says, I can run hard, too.
He is a playmaker. He was almost wrapped up there for maybe a gain of 5, but he just broke through and ran. He turned on the Jets there.
Now, when you play a good running team, sometimes that pumps your running backs up a little bit. They've seen all this film of these guys having good runs. That's That's a run that last year Hudgens can't make because he's not strong enough to break that tackle.
I mean, he planted his feet in the ground, and he did not move when he took a hit.
No, he did not. You're exactly right. 1st and 10 from about the 17. Snap back. We'll feed him that rock again. He'll get
finds the left side.
Swallowed up. That's number 10 with the first lick.
Gain of about 3 yards.
That's going to be Zachary Pugh, who was one of the captains. And you can see why he's a captain. That was a nice lick. That's going to be a gain of 4-ish, 3-ish. 2nd and 7. I do like that, though, because we kind of took a page from their playbook. Hand the man the rock. Give him the rock. He looks good.
And already this quarter's going way slower. We're only at 10:30 left in the quarter.
Well, we might have gotten spoiled because we were lamenting the game when we were up Flint Hill because we all love football as much as anybody, but a game that dragged like that was
a game that's 4 hours long is enjoyable.
We have 5 wide
for the
here.
reason.
Wamhoff pass.
Look for Hudgens, which I like that matchup. It just wasn't a great pass. And either that or maybe Hudgens might have cut his route off a little bit right there. Wamhoff, just watching his posture, tells me maybe he thought Hudgens was going to flatten that off a little more.
So already 3rd and long here for the Tigers, but they are in the red zone, so they can make something happen here.
In makeable field goal range from here to be about a 30-yard attempt.
Yeah. Ubani, I think long this year has hit a 37-yarder.
But hopefully we'll pick up the first down. Sprinting to the right, got a little green gas in front, finds his receiver. Ooh. Oh, a nice tackle. Leahy with a good catch, but a solid tackle right there by number 3, Noah Johnson, who is also a senior. We've seen a couple really good tackles by the 2 of their sensor captains. It's going to be 4th and a yardish.
And they're keeping the offense on.
I'd line up and at least go in a hard count because it's not going to hurt anything. If you're 5 yards farther back, it's not going to take you out of field goal range. And we do see Murdoch Merlin trotting on the field for the first time.
Yeah, going for that hard count, but they're a well-coached team, like you said.
All right, we're going to get a timeout, and that'll be by
Woodberry, I'd assume.
No, the defense.
Oh, really?
Now,
well, I get that. Yeah, you see how they line up, and you go, okay, this is probably what they're going to do. This is what we've seen on film.
In this situation, Mr. Holmes, do you give the ball to Cage Rain, just let him do his thing?
I'm going to tell you what I do right here, because you've already let your quarterback run a couple of times. And it's something we know they have in their playbook because they run it well before. I'd run the quarterback power, where your quarterback basically follows the running back through the hole, because there's where your extra blocker is, because you don't hand it off the running back. You follow the running back through. That's what I'd probably run right here. But who knows?
Is that technically a play-action play?
It's not really a play-action, but what you do is you can hand it or fake the handoff. It is kind of a play-action run almost. You fake the handoff to the running back, but then you follow him.
Yeah. I got you.
Or sometimes you don't fake the handoff. It depends on which side you run it to. We'll see, though.
Now, if the Tigers get this first down.
This could also be a play for Sanker, though.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Because the Wildcat is not terrible. Sanker's on the field.
Yeah, we're not seeing Wamhoff. We have some Wildcat formation here.
Oh, but the Wildcat may be with Hudgens.
Keandre Hudgens.
No, Sanker, he's in. You're right.
No,
Wamhoff's in.
Wamhoff's in.
I didn't see him to start with.
We got 3 very wide left lined up. Murdoch is still in the game.
Oh, under center now. Gonna just sneak it, and
looks like he's got it.
I believe he's got it. He's got it by just a little. We don't go under center a lot, so there's a little bit of an element of surprise there. I think he sneaked it across.
And
Julius Davis says he did.
I mean, yeah, you can never trust the guys on the team. They're not going to be pointing the other direction.
We're all about honor and trust. I trust Julius. I got Julius in class this year, so I definitely trust Julius.
The Tigers convert, and it is 1st and goal. 9:12 left on the clock.
So we'll see if the Tigers might be able to convert on their nice drive when the Knights were unable to convert on their drive to open the ball game.
Murdoch still lined up, sorry.
Well, I think we might have seen Leahy get dinged up a little bit.
It looked like a big hit.
Hudgens.
Keandre.
Still up, maybe a yard. Pretty good goal line defense there.
Bring up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, from where are they going to mark it at? The 7, I don't know he really gained anything.
I agree, though. He took a pretty big hit there. I mean, he was able to get off the field on his own accord, but I think they're going to let him take a breather there.
Yeah, he took a pretty good shot. Trying to see if I can find the final score that
I can.
The UNC game, because I was trying to see if JMU broke 100.
I doubt it, but that would be interesting to see. 70-50 is the final score.
Wow.
120 points. Anybody who took that over.
All right, keeps the ball. Oh, look at that little RPO right there. Taking down the 4. Going to be a gain of about 3. Set up 3rd and 4-ish. That's an RPO right there, but that was covered up pretty well.
honestly, right here, maybe I'm just playing too much college football 25, but I'm running that jet touch pass. I think you're able to take advantage of the outside there with Sanker speed or Zell speed. And,
you might. Yeah, that's not a terrible thought. UVA with a 20-point lead on Coastal Carolina, 30-10.
Sanker switching sides.
And gives it to, play action.
Oh, knocked away. Good defense right there.
And it, out of the hands of Zell and almost grabbed by Davis.
Yeah, that's a number 2, Tion Winslow, I believe, who knocked that away.
And the field goal unit's going to be trudging on.
Yeah, I agree with this call because you've kind of gotten bottled up a little bit. You don't have any momentum from the last couple plays. They're playing good goal line defense. You've already had a nice stop. Let's get something on the board and break that ice.
And this is a chip shot, too. I mean, like, you don't really have to worry too much.
High school, I don't know that there are chip shots very often, but
that's fair.
I'm hoping you're right. Snap back, ball is down, kick is up, and it is through. Tigers will take a 3-0 lead. 7 minutes and 27 seconds left to go in the second quarter. In what, despite being a little slower second quarter, is still a fast-moving first half.
Yeah, I mean, a solid drive there from the Tigers. I mean, obviously fueled by that Keandre run early on, but I mean, they kind of just stalled out there in the red zone. If they get in the red zone again this game, they're really going to need to figure out how to deal with that better.
No, you're right. You got to be physical. You got to be very physical against this team. Let's see. We moved the ball 47 yards, but unable to move it the last 4, which is basically almost what happened to the Knights on their first series. That they couldn't move it by the last 6 inches or so.
I was talking to Ubani earlier. I didn't know he has the most points of any player on the team for the season so far.
I can believe it because the touchdowns have been kind of spread out.
Running back split has been pretty even.
That's been you don't have one guy that's just racking up touchdown after touchdown every game. Let's see. Trying to see if there's any other scores of note. Georgia Tech up on Louisville 7-0. Memphis and Navy tied. Yeah, that could be a good game. Rutgers up on Virginia Tech. Rutgers, a sleepily good team.
Virginia Tech's kind of fallen off this season.
Yeah, they really thought they were going to have a solid season coming in.
Well, they were ranked coming in, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that one's booted.
Solid kick there from Ubani. That's gonna be a touchback.
You know, every once in a while, Ubani will catch one just so, and it's a line drive into the end zone.
And I don't remember, does high school take it at the 20 or 25?
20. They get to 20. Yeah, they haven't gone to the NFL rules. You know, somebody asked me the other day, said, Coach Holmes, do you think the high school will ever adopt those NFL-style kickoff rules? I could see it happening in
like
college.
The brand new ones?
Yeah, the new ones.
Yeah.
I don't know that the high school, there's a necessity of that necessarily. Not right now anyway. Now, if it ever is like really a safety issue, then maybe you could. It's interesting. I don't mind the new kickoff rule. I'm not one of those that says it's a change, I hate it, but it's definitely different.
I agree. So we have 3 receivers lined up at the bottom of your screen.
And the tight end up the top. Receiver comes across. First time we've seen that exactly.
It's a run by number 4.
Yeah, attempted jet sweep.
And it works. First down.
And if that's not a hold on 5, there's a very nice piece of blocking, and the official was right there.
Oh, wait, that's not a first down. Called about a couple yards short.
Yeah, a couple yards. He stepped out just a little earlier. So
makes sense.
A good, you can see, though, on that first drive, the Knights went back to their bread and butter, though.
Yep.
A good, solid run on first down to gain 8 yards.
And now you can expect to see a lot of halfback draws here now.
Yeah, because they're not really built for a whole lot of, like, second or third and longs. Jet sweep again, but he drops back. Looks for the wheel down the sideline for number 5. That's called a wheel route.
Not the best throw there. 5, got to give props to him. Reached out for that, but it just couldn't come down.
Yeah, that's not a really easy pass. To be honest, his receiver didn't give him a lot of room to throw him open. What you'd like is for your receivers to not really run that route past the bottom of the numbers. Then your quarterback has room to work with the sideline. It's called throwing you open. And he didn't really have that room there. The receiver was hugging the sideline, but that was a good job by the defensive back because he pushed into the sideline. So it's going to be 3rd and 2-ish.
And holding them to 2.5.
Again, motion. A little bit of a high snap, but again running that jet sweep. Gets the edge and steps out again.
I was going to say holding them to 2 3 and outs in a row would be great for the Woodberry defense.
Yeah, that would be impressive.
Not going to happen.
Well, we're going to see them hit a pass at some point. There'll be a bigger play for them, but they're running the ball very capably now. That's going to be a gain of about 11. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line.
And that'll be Androdo Bradley with 2 really good plays back-to-back.
Yeah, Juju. He goes by Juju.
Sorry.
Juju Bradley.
And lined up
That
deep
tight
now.
end H-back so far with Connor Todd.
Last H-back we played ran all over us.
Yeah, no kidding. We'll just not call him that.
He breaks a tackle, breaks a couple more, and he's brought down for a gain of 5.
That'll be C.J. Rissmiller and 16.
Shorty Struck.
Yeah, Logan had a chance to maybe drop him for a yard or 2 loss, but unable to make that tackle. It'll be a gain of 6, 2nd and 4 from the 45 as we go under the 7-minute mark here in the first half.
So the Knights are looking to kind of retaliate here after holding the Tigers to a field goal. Try to get some points on the board here. It's really crucial to go into halftime with at least something on there.
So getting that play call from the sideline. Here it comes now.
Especially with how they've been playing on offense.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's not a fancy offense, but it is effective.
Pass.
A little quick hitch. That's the kind of passes, and they'll want to make you miss a tackle, exactly.
And he's got a solid gain of about 10 there.
And their quarterback is more than capable of hitting that type of pass, and that's where he's probably best in his game.
I think the Tigers there are hoping to kind of keep him up and maybe strip that ball out.
Of course, that'll be a gain of 10. Be a completion for about 7 yards, picks up another 3. 1st and 10 inside Tiger territory, the 45, as we go under the halfway point of the second quarter.
Number 6 for the Knights was slinging some 35, 40-yard
No, he's got an arm. Got plenty of an arm.
We haven't seen that yet.
No, but they're just not too aggressive on offense. No, at least not yet.
But also, I think they would just like to grind it out. They would like their 8-minute scoring drive. That's what they would like. Motion again.
Fake.
Hand it off. Good run. Good.
And he is driving. He has some power behind him there.
I'll be interested to know if their running back coach coaches that, because we see an awful lot of spinning in the hole from these guys. So I'd be interested to know if that's something they coach up.
I would assume so, but I mean, also as somebody who's been playing kind of recess football my whole life, that's a big thing you always do.
Oh, yeah, go with the spin move. That's going to be a pickup of 7, be 2nd and 3 from the 38-yard line, down in Tiger territory again. Not a bad down to take a shot downfield, perhaps. Got the tight end down to the bottom of the screen. Motion across. And he fakes, and he does look for his tight end. And there he is. Oh, and it falls away.
Almost snags that one. Kind of looked like a Randy Moss type catch there. That was a really good effort there by 13, but he's just not able to come down with it.
But you could almost see that kind of play coming because they're setting that up to their tight end. He blocks, and then he gives a little semi-block and shifts out about 5 yards downfield. Not able to come down with the catch. Really pretty good defense on the Tigers' part, but a good chance to take a shot downfield. That's going to bring up only 3rd and 3.
3rd and manageable on the Tiger 37, I'd say.
Yeah, 37, 38-yard line. Drops back, looks across the middle. That's swatted away.
Clean play there by the defense.
Yeah, there was not much of a lane to throw in right there. The Tigers had that covered up pretty well.
Yeah, he was trying to thread it in a lane that really just didn't exist there. But not a bad shot downfield.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Was looking a little upset he didn't get his hands on that
so
ball.
Be 4th and 3. We're going to see them go for it. No,
yeah,
they'll go for it.
Their punter had a 19-yard punt last time, so I wouldn't consider this no man's land.
No, a 19-yard punt would be very effective at this point, but those are not things you want to depend on. So we'll see if they might go with a hard count. Not set up for motion as well this time. Nope, drops back, looks for 13, and across, and that ball's overthrown. That'll fall incomplete.
Another clean play of defense there, and that's going to force a turnover on downs.
Yep. So the Tigers, that's their 2nd forced turnover on downs. We've seen a 3 and out, and we've seen 2 turnovers on downs inside Tiger territory. Tigers will take possession of the ball at about their own 38-yard line. A little less than 5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter.
Oh, we have the CBS card pulling up. Maybe they'll be calling this game a little bit.
I saw some guys with some pretty professional-grade cameras here earlier, and I'm not talking about Schaffer.
Schaffer's got some professional grade cameras. He got some pretty good stuff.
We're really happy that we have the Schaffer cam up and running right now.
I wonder if the Schaffer cam is up and running.
It is.
Yeah, we're definitely up and running.
It's running great. That gives us instant replay, too.
We've got some good looks today already.
So we have 4 wide lined up.
Drops back. Looked for Julius Davis, but was not open.
Oh, stumbles a little bit, and that's just a broken play.
Yeah, just trying to scramble back the line of scrimmage, do his best again. Yeah, as soon as he scrambled, it was impossible, and stumbled, it was impossible for him to keep his eyes down the field because he does a good job of that. He has improved so much this year in keeping his eyes down the field. And here we see kind of a replay of that.
I might have already asked you this, but if you leave the pocket as a quarterback and then come back into it and throw the ball away, is that intentional grounding or no?
If you're within the tackle box, it's not, but the rule is not exactly the same in high school.
Okay.
It's not exactly the same play.
Because I'm wondering, he runs out, but when he runs back in, just throw that ball. It's easier said than done, of course.
No, you're right.
Keeps it. He's got some room to work.
And gets a decent block from Julius Davis.
And a good option play there by Wamhoff and the Tigers is going to bring a first down at the 50-yard line.
Well, you can tell that this must be something that the Tiger offensive coaches saw in the
I was gonna say, this
on
play's
film.
happened too
Yeah,
much
they
now
saw
for
something on
not
film that
see
said,
something they like.
this is going to be good to us. And it has been, because he's run for 3 first downs out of that? That's pretty
I think
substantial.
He's run for about 35 yards.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's probably pretty close. He and Hudgens are pretty much splitting that right now. Hudgens with a good long run. 1st and 10 right at midfield. Bunch formation up to the top.
We have Zell lined up at the bottom of the screen. Rolls out right. Oh, little dump pass to Hudgens, and he's going to pick up about 5.
So
I'd say more
that
like
has a
6,
variety.
yeah.
That has a variety of names. It can be called a whoopee pass, which it can be called a flip pass. There's a lot of different things you can call that, but it's almost like a draw where you don't hand it off. You just flip it forward.
And he almost got some momentum
Utah
from
pass.
behind him to get a couple extra yards on that.
No, I agree. Well, that's a good 6-yard gain. A Utah pass is also what that's called sometimes. Shovel pass.
Yeah,
Whoopee pass.
I hear shovel a lot.
Yeah, shovel pass. Utah pass. Flip pass. But, the shovel pass is probably the most popular vernacular. So we're going to be 2nd and 4 inside Knight territory.
Not a hard count, excuse me.
Hudgens up the
That was a
middle,
first down
I
for
believe, for a
Gatorade.
first down.
Yeah,
they're
he
going
had
to spot
that
him
little
for a
last
turn.
leap right before he's taken down and is able to get him across the chains.
And we are seeing Will Leahy back on the field this drive, which is good, because we saw Will get dinged up a little bit at almost the end of the last
That's
drive.
not too surprising. I mean, he's
No.
not a new player to football, and he's
He's still
playing
got
pretty
both of his
physical
arms and both
lacrosse.
his legs, so I would anticipate that he's out there.
He's also used to taking hits like that, especially as a lacrosse player.
Well, and especially as Ned's older brother, I'm sure Ned will beat on him occasionally. Ned, who, by the way, shout out to Ned. Ned just turned 9 this week.
Oh, and it's DJ Clayton's birthday today.
DJ, turn it up.
Who? What position is he? A middle linebacker?
He's a lineman.
Lineman.
Yeah. So motion across. Not shovel pass.
Whatever you wanna call it.
That's not a shovel pass. That's not a
That
true
was
shovel
a
pass.
jet touch
Gain of
pass.
about 5 yards.
The jet touch pass. That
that's-
used to be a play that you saw people running. They would hand it off, and then at some point somebody realized, well, that's a difficult handoff. If we fumble that sucks. But if we flip it forward, it's an incomplete pass, and it's not a fumble. And that came in about 10 or 12 years ago. And somebody's a genius, because somebody really thought, we're botching this handoff. Why hand it off?
Yeah,
2nd and
there's no
5.
need.
There's no need to hand it off. Just flip it for him. That's a forward pass.
Got
Davis comes across.
Oh.
Hudgens going to be pulled down in the backfield.
And number 9 is able to tear right through that. I think he's the backup running back. He's able to
Be
tear
a
right
loss
through
of
that
about 3.
Tiger
That's,
offensive line.
Yeah, Cooper Pollard, who we did see in it running. Well, it's high school football. You get your aces in the places. You utilize your athletes. It's going to be a loss of about 4. Take it from 2nd and 5 to 3rd and about
8.
8 or 9. And we are under the 2-minute mark. The clock is stopped.
And we have the concessions advertisement because, I mean, honestly, if you have the majority of the people in this
All
crowd.
right, flag. Let's see. Sideline warning on Woodberry. Okay, so you had a player or a coach that was too close to the sideline. If you can see that white line that is about 3 yards off the sideline, that everybody's supposed to be behind that, because that gives your official an opportunity to run down the sideline. They will generally grant the head coach a little leeway, but everybody else got to be out of that area. So 3rd and 9. Clock running. We're going to be under a minute and a half. 2 receivers top of the screen. Julius Davis in the slot down at the
And
bottom, along with
Sanker.
Sanker split out wide.
Looking like a passing down here.
Could have some pressure coming. We do. Rolls
On
out.
the run.
Eyes downfield.
Beautiful
Sanker.
snag.
Sanker with the catch. Sanker
Sanker's
tries
got
to hit
the
that
space.
sideline. Oh, Sanker's in the
He's
middle.
got it.
Sanker
He's
trying to
got
run in the
it.
end zone. Sanker into
Touchdown,
the end
Woodberry.
zone. Into the end zone by
And he
Lucas
was
Sanker.
wide open with that pass, broke multiple tackles, and was able to find the end zone to put the Tigers up 9-0.
But do you know why he's wide open? Because His quarterback kept his eyes downfield and saw, oh, I got a guy wide open. I'm going to get it to him.
And, I mean, that's such a difficult play to make for Wamhoff. Opposite, running to your left and making that pass directly to Sanker.
But he didn't have to rush. He set his feet, did what he's supposed to do. Now we're seeing the swinging gate play that we've seen. 1:13 seconds left to go in the first half. That's a solid drive by the Tigers.
And they're going to bring on Rhys Miller, and Ubani's going to line up for the extra point.
Yep. Snap back, hold down, kick up. And it is true.
And with the extra point, Tigers lead 10-0 with 1:13 left in the half.
And I would be really interested to see the philosophy of the Knights as they come out. They are not really built for like 80 yards in 3 plays in a minute. Not. That's not what they do best. Not that they don't have athletes in the quarterback. They do, but it's not what they do best. So I'll be interested.
Their game plan is.
Yeah, do we go to the half 10-0? We just chalk it up to being behind 10-0 and try to win the second half, or do you try to push it downfield? It may depend on the return you get.
Agreed. I mean, yeah, they're more of a bring it down to 80 yards in like a quarter or two.
Here's what you got to love about high school football. Their punter is on their second line. Agamite is on their second line right there. You're not going to see that in the NFL.
Definitely not.
Even college football, I will tell you a story in a minute. I have a second. Louisiana Monroe several years ago, 30 years ago, had the same guy as their punter and punt returner. And that's that's in college. I had never seen that before. I've never seen that before at that level. If you happen to be listening in, which would be miraculous, give us a shout out and let us know who you were, because I don't remember your name. Ubani approaches the ball, gets the right foot into it. That's going to come up in the end zone again. Wow. And in high school, we said this time and time again last year, once the ball crosses that goal line in high school, it's dead, because we said it every kick last year.
No taking the knee?
No, you don't have to take the knee. It just crosses the goal line. It's a dead ball. You can't bring it out if you want to, and I think they did. That ball will be spotted at the 20.
So, I mean, yeah, of course you were saying that all of last year with Lucas
With Lucas Osada, yeah, there were maybe 2 kicks returned all year or something, and one of them he kicked off from his own 20.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So we'll be spotted 1st and 10, 3 receivers up the top of the screen. I think we're going I thought we were going 5 wide. Maybe not. No, there's running back. 2 receivers down the bottom, 2 to the top. Tiger defense has to understand what will get you beaten, what won't.
Safeties are pretty far up currently. They're not really in prevent defense.
No, drops back. And
big hit there. There's a flag laid on in the play.
I don't know. Well, maybe taunting. There's nothing wrong with the hit.
He didn't do anything.
No, there's nothing wrong with the hit. Well, we didn't hear what he said.
He just looked at him as he hit him afterwards.
Yeah,
I didn't see anything.
Not a smart play regardless. There's no foul on the play. Like, the tackle is clean. You pushed him down. But it will be interesting. To see what the play call is, what the penalty is.
Oh, do we have a Schaffer cam up there?
I'm just trying to see the replay of the Schaffer
Personal
cam.
foul. No.
Oh,
I'd like to know exactly what that call is, because there's nothing wrong with that hit. He just pushed him down. You can tackle. I mean, would tackling him and breaking him in half have been better?
I guess so.
I guess so.
I don't really know.
Lesson learned. Next time you tackle him and break him in half.
What Sanker can do there.
No, that's not Sanker. That was that was
Kate Ellis?
That was Kate Ellis.
That was Kate Ellis, sorry.
Yeah,
Sanker was right in that area.
No, that was Ellis. But, I mean, next time, you just tackle him and break him in half. I guess that's preferred.
Now they're lined up 5 wide.
Well, now you got a little better field position. You're at the 39.
Better. 15 extra yards. Drops back. Pass.
And that's going to hit the ground.
And there's just been too many inaccurate passes on both teams this play, but I'd say more same areas Ryken.
Well, it will be interesting. This is what they do on offense. It is what it is. He's a good mobile quarterback, and he can run, but his accuracy is not always
there.
Yeah, it's not always what you'd like it to be.
But he's able to move it.
No, definitely.
He's able to move the ball.
And he's got a good arm.
Yeah.
So, again, 3 to the bottom of the screen, single receiver at the top, drops straight back, looks to the sideline.
I don't think he got a foot down.
No, they're going to say he drug a foot in. That's going to be spotted in. Yeah, I would like to see that one also. I'd like to see if he actually got a foot in bounds.
That's too quick to tell.
Yeah, that's close. The official's right on top of it. We're going to have to say it's the right call. Ooh. So it's going to be 3rd and 2-ish. 45 seconds left. According to the scoreboard, St. Mary's Ryken has all 3 of their timeouts. I'm not sure that's correct.
They called one earlier.
I think they did. Yeah, they did, and the Tigers did also. So drop straight back, quick pass out. That ball's caught.
That's Juju.
Yep. And Styles in on the tackle. That'd be a pick up a first down, be in Tiger territory at the 45. 38 seconds left here to go in the first half.
Nick Logan got
hustling up a little bit. Yeah, I agree with you.
Hurry-up offense now.
Clock is running.
Those timeouts.
Be under 30 seconds when the ball is snapped, maybe under 25. Close.
Down to 2 timeouts.
Drop straight back. Looks to the sideline. Scoops up the middle. There's a flag. I believe we're going to see a hold in the middle of the line.
A stiff arm there.
Think we're going to see a hold in the middle of the line.
I agree.
77 helping Silas Harper up there. That's one of their captains, Sean Jewett.
You love to see that sportsmanship.
No, you got to love good sportsmanship. Like I said, these guys got off the bus. You could tell they were well coached.
Holding on the offense, and I'll bring it back.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
That's it. I'll bring it back 10 yards.
If you jump off the bus and you carry yourself the right way and you act like you've got a little class, people automatically respect you.
Agreed.
And they did.
First impressions are important.
Yeah, and you watch their film. You don't have to watch a lot of their film to realize they're well coached. Let's go set them back 10. 19 seconds left. Be first and 20. Nice scramble, though, by the quarterback, though.
Honestly, with how the Knights have been playing, I don't think 10-0 properly shows how they've been playing.
No, they played well. This has been nice. Balls downfield. Finds him in the middle of the field.
There's some
That's
contact.
Pretty darn good defense, though. Well, they're going to call good.
Whoa.
That
Unsportsmanlike conduct on that.
he was just clapping.
Yeah, that's, well, we'll probably see a 15-yard penalty there on the interference, which would move them into Tiger territory.
Yeah, there's just a little too much contact there from Struther as the ball is in the air, and that's going to jumpstart this offense.
But here's what you have to tell yourself. They're going to have the ball at the 40-yard line with 14 seconds left, which is a heck of a lot better than a touchdown. You get your hand on him. If it gets called, it gets called.
Honestly, yeah, I agree. He had a lot of room to work if he caught that pass.
Yeah,
and it was
he
a
might
good
score.
pass, too.
Yeah, it was a good. That was one of the better passes. So it's going to be 2nd and 5. That is not an automatic first down.
14 seconds on the clock. They still have at least 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I think they have 2.
Sorry, at most 2.
Yeah, I think they have 2. I could be wrong. Snap back. We're back. Scrambles. Oh,
Almost.
Spins again. There's the ball. There's the ball. Oh, he goes down.
He's able to get it off the bounce, but he's taken down by Strother.
Saunders is down on the play. He's a little dinged up. He's rolling over, though.
Like
3 seconds.
Somebody lost a shoe on that play.
Oh, yeah. Looks like it was Saunders.
Hopefully there's not a foot in it.
It was, who's losing a shoe?
Glove, maybe?
Oh, yeah, that looks like a glove.
Timeout. 3 seconds left. This is basically Hail Mary territory.
Yeah, I mean, unless you have Lucas Oseda.
I did say they were practicing 35, 40-yard passes.
Yeah, this is that'll be a sack. That'll count as a sack. Loss of 4 yards, bring up 39.
Yeah, it was a good effort there by the defensive line to strip that ball out. And if they were able to fall on it, they would probably take it to half or get one last Hail Mary play in.
Well, that's one of the things I tried to get to earlier. We're seeing a lot of spin moves, but you spin the wrong way and at just the wrong time, you get hit pretty hard, and that's exactly what happened there. And the ball came loose. Strother was right there to hit him as he comes out of that spin, and you're not really in position to protect yourself.
And they have Cade Ellis and Sheldon Robinson lined up at the 5, so some very prevent heavy. They only have 3 linemen down, and they're just going to – oh, and Lucas Sanker as well.
Yeah, basically 3 safeties back deep. But where we saw there was a hole in this against Flint Hill would be at about the 10-yard line to the sideline. So we'll see if we maybe lesson learn from that and cover that up.
But you can almost certainly expect a pass here. I mean, a run would be an interesting play call. Not necessarily a bad one, but an interesting one.
No, it would definitely be an interesting play call. So
they have 4 wide, not 5.
Yeah, basically it's 3rd and 44 unless there's a penalty.
Timeout.
And now the Tigers.
Woodberry.
Yeah, we'll see that they were going to motion into a 5-receiver set. That running back was going to come out into the slot. Good, well-used timeout. You can't have it again in the second half.
Yeah. Just make sure you get that defense all on the same page. Make sure you guys are able to
if you're just listening in, which we hope you aren't because you missed a good first half, but the Tigers are up 10-0 at a what was the distance on that? About a 31-yard. No, not quite that.
No, it's short. About
21-yard,
25-yard
field goal by Ubani, followed by a about 34-yard touchdown pass on 3rd down.
From Wamhoff to Sanker.
Sanker caught the ball about 15 yards downfield and weaved his way through the defense into the end zone.
Yeah, that was really just looking like maybe a 20 or so yard gain, which of course is great. But then he was just able to be a playmaker there and break multiple tackles and run away for that touchdown.
Well, there's a reason he's on offense some this year.
Like you're saying, aces in this
aces in their places.
Yeah.
UCLA with a 10-7 lead on LSU.
Ooh, that's interesting.
About to start the second. Well, it's only started second quarter.
Army blew out Rice earlier today.
Yeah, Michigan's up on USC.
Rice couldn't play against the read option.
So here we are, basically 3rd and 44, unless there's a penalty.
Honestly,
and they hand it off.
There's the interesting call.
Yep.
They're going to take that to half.
You hope you just catch with that 3-man line. You hope you catch them sleeping. That'll be the end of the first half. Tigers will take a 10-0 lead to the first half. The game is obviously far from over, as we will see what kind of halftime adjustments each team makes. I should be joined on the mic here with Byron Holsey, our headmaster. He assured me that he would join me for halftime, but we'll kind of wait for him to appear. But he did assure me that he'd show up. It is, guys, it's been a well-played first half.
Oh, 100%.
Because we're an hour into the ball game.
Honestly, mentioning Army made me think St. Mary's Ryken is playing like a military school right now.
Yeah, that's kind of what they do.
They're running the ball. They're relying on that read option,
their size.
RPOs, and yeah, they're running the rock, and it works.
They're disciplined, and what they do isn't fancy, but they do it well.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, right now, they're just going to have to be able to drive down the field a lot better than they were in the second quarter.
Well, this game looks way different if they got another half yard on that first drive, because then the Tigers are fighting from behind right there, and who knows how that changes things. So yeah, if I'm the St. Mary's Ryken coach, I'm telling my guys exactly that. We were less than 6 inches from being 10-7 at the half, if not better.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, so far, play of the game has probably been that tackle. I think it was Junior Saunders who stopped the running back on the half-yard line there.
Yeah, no, he definitely just swallowed him up.
Forced a turnover on downs.
Yeah. They have not put much time on the halftime clock. Interesting.
Oh, yeah, we're at 6:40 right now. Usually it's 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, maybe due to the the memorial at the beginning of the game. Perhaps that was might be the reason for shortening that.
Dr. Olsey's still not. Oh, there he
is. So
all right,
we'll let you two step away for a second.
Yep.
One of you can hand him off your
I'll give him my mic.
your mic. Yeah, and he and I will hop in. So Byron Holsey joining us here at halftime.
I'm pleased to hand my mic off to Dr. Holsey, who will be speaking to you with Mr. Holmes.
I don't know that you had much of a choice to hand it off, just to be honest, but. Dr. Holsey, I'm going to sit down for a second because I don't.
You need to, yeah. You deserve to.
I don't sit a whole lot. Well, thank you for joining us, Dr. Holsey. I can't tell you. I always email my mother the links to the game before everything, and I told my mother that you were coming on today, who's a big fan of Dr. Holsey just because he's just such a terrific guy. She might have been more excited that she was going to hear the two of us interact than she was about the ball game. Maybe not, but I would not be surprised. So shout out to my mom. She's listening in.
Yeah, hey to Carol down in South Alabama.
Yep, down in Daphne listening in.
Awesome.
Well, tell us what you think about the beginning of the school year. I feel like it's been an amazing start to the school year. I feel like things are going really well, but of course you always have a broader perspective on everything. Anything new going on, or anything you would like, especially to share with parents that might be listening in?
No, well, thank you so much, Chris. So September is a happy time of year here at Woodberry, just to get rolling and to welcome all our new boys and to see seniors step up and really begin to establish themselves as campus leaders. It's terrific. So we're having, I think, a really good start to our school year. One new thing I'm excited about is that after Christmas, I think it's going to be in early April, we're going to have a Washington, D.C. day.
I think we're too close to not take advantage of that.
Yeah, so we're going to take the whole school to Washington, D.C. It may be divided up by department or by form, but a group of boys may be going to the Holocaust Museum, to some of the art museums, to the African American Museum of Culture and History, the Smithsonian. I'm still lobbying for taking some boys to the Gettysburg Battlefield in Pennsylvania, just because fourth formers are taking American history, and I think they might appreciate seeing that sacred ground up there, which is such a significant part of the Civil War. So that's going to be a big moment. Some other things that we're looking forward to. We're excited about possibilities to kind of put our boys in the presence of the staff who serve the school. Working on some projects together. There's so many neat people on our staff that boys would really benefit from getting to know.
I will tell you, when alum come back, and I'll see some in the building from time to time, people maybe haven't seen the math building that's now pushing 10 years old, but
right.
One of the people they always ask for is James Minor.
Yeah.
You do not have an alum that comes back that doesn't remember James Minor and want to see James Minor.
I know. James is like a fixture here. He was in the housekeeping team when I was a boy. And, he has been here, just like pulled the thread all the way through the generations. And our staff is such a significant, instrumental part of our school. So connecting the boys to them personally, I think would be a great thing. So yeah, we this school year promises to be a good one. We had a really good Fitzpatrick lecture, I thought, on Thursday night, and some discussions in our advisory groups afterwards. The craziness of the national political scene. We're trying to model here what it means to live in one community.
Exactly.
To support each other, care for each other, understand our differences, but practice the fact that we're all Tigers here, and that we work best when everybody's respected, and so that's what we're aiming at, and I think we're off to a good start.
I think the election promises to be a contentious election,
Yeah.
and of course, as in any community, you're going to have guys on both sides, and so you're going
Right.
to have somebody very happy and somebody very unhappy. Again, and the fact that you may not know who won when you wake up
That's
the
right.
next morning, that may very well happen.
Yeah, no, it looks like it might go on for a while.
Yeah, so it could be an interesting couple of days on the forest as you hear a little back and forth. I think I know I talked to Dr. Fred Jordan the other day, I think he normally does a mock election of some
Yeah.
sort, and was asking me about some of the statistics behind some of
Yeah.
it. So he and I had a discussion about that the other day. That could be an interesting experience on the campus, on the forest, I think, for our guys then.
Yeah, I think it'll hopefully a learning opportunity for all of us, but our goal here is just to, again, practice what it means to live as one community of Tigers, near and far, just respecting each other and caring for each other and understanding each other. I thought our speaker on Thursday night did a great job of emphasizing the importance just to listen to everybody's story.
I wish there were so many good questions for some of the students, and we talked with my advisory group also. I wish I'd gotten to ask him which president he really enjoyed working the most with, because I think I would have been interested to hear his perspective from there. Because what was it, 3 presidents he'd worked for?
He served in 3 administrations. I can't speak for Pete Wayner, of course, but I did have a good amount of time with him on Thursday. My guess is he would say George W. Bush. I think he got closest to him.
Yeah.
I could tell in conversation with him he had a very positive experience with President Bush.
The lecture was good. I think the talk with my advisory group and just the conversation with my advisory group afterwards was even better, just because it was such a good opportunity because pretty much within most every advisory group, especially if you have a very large one, you got so much diversity within it, and to hear the different perspectives from people is you got Ford Gerard and you got Zaire Pearson. You got 2 guys that are great guys and they like each other a lot, but they got vastly different perspectives, because you got one grew up in New York and one that's from Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah.
So they got vastly different perspectives on it. It was really interesting to hear their thoughts, because at this age they're becoming adultish enough that they can actually have an opinion that kind of matters and makes sense.
Absolutely.
So
we're trying to help boys understand, like an impulse is not a thought.
Yeah.
And a thought is not an argument. And we're trying to encourage boys as they grow older to, develop their impulses into thoughts and their thoughts into arguments based on facts. And I think that's an important skill to have in these times.
It's okay to think differently than somebody else. Oh, my goodness. I mean, none of us are going to think exactly the same. It's okay to think differently. You got to have some civility about you.
That's right. And we hope and we want that, the Woodberry we want to abide by and honor the Woodberry mission, which tries to emphasize the importance of helping a boy learn how to think and not telling him what to think. So that's what we aim for.
I want to give, I guess, the Dean of Students Office a shout out for one thing I have enjoyed, especially on my dorm this year. I'm not sure exactly who came up with this. We have guys at the end of every year, they're disappointed they don't end up being a prefect or this kind of thing. I've got some seniors on my dorm this year that have really stepped into a leadership role, and I've got a lot of third formers on my dorm this year, and they really mentor those.
That's great.
Those guys like J.D. Cavalieri and David Kajubi. Kajubi, you couldn't ask for a better guy than David Kajubi. Yeah. I'll give a shout out to those guys, but they are such effective mentors for those guys because they're just good guys.
Yeah,
and they just try to teach them the Woodberry way. It's awesome. It's been an awesome experience.
That's great.
Well, thank you so much for coming
You're
on.
welcome,
I certainly
Chris.
appreciate you coming on. It was great to hear from you. I know our parents enjoyed hearing from you, but thank you so much for coming on.
I hope you'll have me back one day.
Oh, no doubt. Maybe we'll have you on. Well, we don't have the game here this year, but we'll definitely get you back on.
I sure hope so. Take care, Chris.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll let our guy jump on out. I see Troy Lupien he's eager to jump back on after getting rejuvenated. Thank you. I can see we've got this little 3-minute period that you get afterwards to
warm up.
The warm up. You get the end of the halftime, and then get a 3-minute period to warm up. It is getting a little overcast. I'm not sure if we're due any rain or not.
I think that's good. It's getting pretty hot out here. I mean, I'm sweating through my chapel attire.
John Dukman might disagree with you. John is our man up on the top, and he's bringing that bird's eye view. John may not be happy. I know he would not be happy with lightning. He'd probably be a little unhappy with rain.
Agreed. I just meant to kind of cool things off, not for rain, but
cooling off is fine. No, I'm 100% agreement with you because it got warmer. I think Lanu said in the last about 3 days or so, we definitely got warmer.
One thing that I realized, that my dad told me, talking to him at half, Woodberry's gone 4 quarters without letting up any points. They held the Trinity Episcopal Titans to 0 during the entire second half of last game, and now have led. And now have shut out the Knights for the first half of this one.
And they started the year with 4 straight scoreless quarters at Flint Hill. So that Tiger defense under Duke Sherrill has been very formidable.
Yeah, so the fact that out of the total of, 10 quarters of football that Woodberry's played, teams have scored in 2 of them.
No, you're right. And that's going to win you a lot of ball games. It'll win you a lot of ball games. The Tigers will receive the second half kickoff as St. Mary's Ryken won the toss and elected to receive. I will be interested to see what kind of halftime adjustments each team makes because both teams are well coached. So you have to have seen something in the first half that you go, we can do this better or we can take advantage of this. And I'll be interested to see what kind of, as we see zeros all across the clock now, ready for the second half, waiting for the teams to come on the field. Looks like the officials are ready, I believe. I see the white hat back at the goal line. It looks like he's ready.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see a lot of changes from this St. Mary's Ryken offense. The defense has been pretty solid, but the offense, I think they need to change up their game plan.
Maybe so. If I'm them, I don't get away from what I was doing, though, because literally, if you get an extra 6 inches on that first drive, it is 10-7. And it might not even be that score because it might change the entire complexion of the first half if you go ahead 7-0. So I will be interested to see what they do. And what they do well. And if it's what you believe in, I won't be surprised if they keep on keeping on.
See, I agree with you there. They had a great first start. But then they had a 3-and-out.
You're right.
Then they had a punt, and then they had almost a fumble.
No, you're right.
They had 3 or 4 unsuccessful drives after that first one. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the game. It's so important for you to be able to read the offense on the Tiger side of things, and they did that. And they've now held them to nothing after that first drive that was just barely stopped.
This will be Jonathan Campbell who's on the kick. He's a junior. Back deep. See John Morrison. That's one of his roles he has, kind of. And John Robinson. Sheldon Robinson. Did I say John Robinson? John graduated a few years ago. And John would not be as good at kick return. Ball is pooched in. It's going to hit the ground. You got to get on it. Robinson gets it. Tries to hit the opposite sideline. Good tackle.
About the 26-yard line.
Yeah, it could be around there. I believe that might have been number 16, Nicholas Rissinger, with a tackle, perhaps.
But a solid field position to start off for the Tigers here.
Certainly not bad field position. You have the ball over your own 20. Tigers will take possession of the ball at, I think it's probably close to 27, be 1st and 10. See if the Tigers saw anything. We saw against Flint Hill, they immediately came out and ran the same running play twice, and it was 88 and out the gate. We'll see if the Tigers will see anything. They immediately come out in a bunch formation that we only saw maybe once in the first half.
Yeah, most of the wide receivers are spread out on both teams for the first half.
A toss to the bunch side. Cuts
Takes
it back.
Inside. Taken down for a gain of about 4.
Yep. I hear one of the St. Mary's Ryken
parents.
Yeah, you backpedaling, which if you know what that means, then that just means is they're pushing you off the ball, and we can hear that them yelling from them. That's obviously not what he wants to see from the defense.
Yeah, I got to give credit to the St. Mary's Ryken parents. They've driven 3 or so hours here, and then they have to drive 3 or so hours back, and they've been very vocal too.
Well, what I've liked about them is you can tell they come from a good program because they're carrying themselves in the class. They're rooting for their team. They're not like arguing with the official after every play, which they haven't been that much in the way of flags, but they're carrying themselves like they come from a winning program. So you always appreciate that. I hope if this is the norm for the St. Mary's Ryken, maybe this will be a rivalry that we will foster because it's certainly a good team. They're well coached. That's going to be a gain of 4.
I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Holmes for jinxing us without the flags. I'm sure they're good up here now.
2nd and 6.
Hand off to Hudgens.
And didn't
And
have
he's
any
taken down.
really running room.
If that's maybe a loss of half a yard.
Yeah, I think you're about right. I think that's going to bring up 3rd and 7-ish. We'll see.
So 3rd and long here for the Tigers.
Yeah.
Pretty far into their own territory.
Yeah,
you
3rd
don't
and
want
6
to
or
start
7.
off the second half with the 3 and out here.
No, you don't want to give them the ball right back. You feel like, you had a couple pretty good drives. You had one that ended in a field goal and one that ended in a touchdown. And you didn't really get the ball back after that. So Sanker's up the top of the screen with Leahy in the slot.
And Zell's on the bottom.
Sprints out, looks for Leahy.
Oh, he's
now
going
looks
deep.
downfield. And it's going to be over.
There was some contact
There
there.
was some contact.
But I guess they're not going to call it.
Yeah, they just thought that was incidental. And Sanker probably did as much precipitate got that contact as anything as he tried to kind of swim over the defensive back. So that'll be a 3 and out for the Tigers. We'll see the St. Mary Ryken's offense. And we'll see Obani on the punt. We've not seen Obani on the punt since early in the ball game. And that'll be number 7 who's back to return the punt, Green. Ball will be spotted at the 27. Obani will take the ball pretty close to the 20 and get rid of it.
In case you're just joining us, Woodberry leads 10-0 with 10:46 left in the third quarter.
It's
a fake punt.
It's fake.
To
Robinson.
Sheldon. He's got the room to work.
Gets the
and he's
edge.
got the first down and trucks him at the same time.
Wow.
He just leveled it.
Sheldon Robinson, folks.
Wow, that is a gutsy call. They had 10-0. First drive, you're on territory to begin the second half.
Wow.
But
And Schaffer Broughton is now sprinting down the stairs after being upset that he missed that.
That's
Schaffer's not-
understandable.
I wish we had a camera to just follow Schaffer's movement.
Yeah,
right now.
because I think Schaffer's under the impression that I don't really do punts, but
we have the Schaffer cam, and then we should have the Schaffer cam.
That would actually be really funny.
that would be. I'm with you there.
hurdling the fence.
I'm with you there.
No, he
he
just
used the
opened the
gate.
fence.
So that's going to be a gain of 18 for Sheldon Robinson. That was interesting how they shifted right there, and then Sheldon Robinson runs that for a first down. Tigers maintain possession of the ball.
Play action,
reverse.
Hudson Zell.
And Zell
Beautiful
is taken
tackle
down.
there by number 10. Who's number 10?
Yeah, number 10 is Zachary Pugh, who we saw with a couple good tackles in the first half. He's one of their captains. Loss of
Honestly,
3.
Great play there by Hugh to stop that reverse, from getting catastrophic.
Yeah, I believe he's not going to score, but I believe he probably comes close to pick up a first down if he can evade that tackle.
So after the fake punt, Tigers are now 2nd and 13 on their own, I'd say, 42-yard line.
Yeah, 2nd and 13 from 42 line to gain is about the 45. Ball's handed off. Tries to follow Saunders. Does follow Saunders. Cuts through the middle. Spins to the 35.
And you're just kind of having Junior Saunders right in front of you. He's guiding him with his hand.
And that is just following a massive truck through
That's
the
going to be a gain of 24 down to 34. You know, I might follow that same technique during the lunch line one day. I'm just going to grab onto Junior Saunders and going to ride him through the lunch line. And maybe I won't wait so long for my cheeseburger.
Bulldozer.
So 1st and 10 from the 34. That's a good, solid run.
Another draw, but he stopped at the line of scrimmage, but fights for a couple more.
Well, you know, there's this adage that is tough to run on teams that run the ball well because they see it in practice every day. There's some truth to that because you know in practice every day this defense sees a good running offense. So you're not going to show them anything that they haven't seen. And it's been a little tough going for the Tigers.
So we have 3 wide, Leahy, Zell, and Sanker.
Tight end down the bottom.
Another draw,
Short
finds
side,
a gap.
Short side, spun down.
Picked up about 3 yards.
Yeah, that's going to be 3rd and 5. Thought he might have a little more of a step through there.
I mean, if they're stopped here, you're at the 29-yard line. So what is that, like a...
That's good thinking because I think this is probably 2-down territory. So even though it's 3rd and 5, a run wouldn't be a surprise because if you make 3 yards, then it's 4th and 2.
I'm just wondering what the field goal range here for Ubani is if they are stopped. This is like a 42-yard
Yeah,
field goal.
we'd be 42-ish right here. No, 46 actually from there. Going to be
Design
design run again from Wamhoff.
Breaks the
Wamhoff
tackle.
spins, and he'll spin
And
for
first
first down.
And, I mean, Wamhoff has been running so much more today.
Mark is not afraid to take a hit.
Well, no, we talked about he is a running quarterback today, but it's designed runs.
Yeah, I
He's not
agree.
being forced to run under pressure.
No, you're right. We've seen him under pressure some, but you're right. He's not being just like having to just tuck tail and run.
And even when he's under pressure, he's still effective with the ball, throwing it.
Well, he kept his head up the sinker. That was the touchdown we have.
Oh,
That's
they're
exactly right.
pressing Sanker.
Same
I would look
position
at
as
that.
earlier.
Man in motion.
Speaking of,
Runs
Hand it
it
off.
to 11, and he's taken down for right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think
for
that's
forward
right. The line of
progress.
scrimmage. I almost said Huskies because they look a little bit like Flint Hill. The Knights
lot
running
like
a couple of
them.
defensive linemen. Yeah, this green and blue color scheme, though, it works for them well.
So, I mean, is this – oh, they're going to bring it back about a yard.
Okay, so 2nd and 11. Yeah, he didn't have a whole lot of success there.
Similar formation here, 3 at the right side. 6:53 left in the third.
Drops back, looks downfield. Oh, he finds. It
might have
almost
been picked
picked.
off.
Sanker almost had that.
Yeah,
You know,
just bounce off that right hand there.
I'm gonna be honest. The last play where they lined up, Sanker was like one-on-one with his man up at the top of the screen. I would not be surprised if they noticed that and come back to it at that point because there was nobody other than the cornerback.
Yeah,
and Sanker, nobody there.
I mean, I guess they had the right play call to press him if they knew that it was going to be a run, but that's just so gutsy pressing Lucas Sanker.
Well,
there.
Green is a good defensive back. Watch some film on him. He's certainly not bad, but they look like they're comfortable leaving him one-on-one with Lucas Sanker.
I guess so.
We'll see, though. That would be something you definitely put in your back pocket and may come back to later. So, again, we're seeing that bunch formation. It's going to be 3rd and 11, 6 minutes, 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Oh, maybe a false start there. Pretty early movement there. Wamhoff's under pressure. He's taken down.
Yeah, the receiver was covered up. He was looking for Sanker again. There's no bueno there, so he just holds on to that and wisely does not try to force it in.
And I thought I heard Mateo. Yeah, he was looking for Ubani.
This is better position for a
Ubani
field goal.
range.
Yeah, you're 8 yards closer, and 8 yards makes a difference. This is going to be about a 39-yard attempt.
Which is no gimme for Ubani. I think it'll be his longest attempt of the year so far, but he's 100% on his attempts so far.
Well, we'll see. Yeah, knock on wood. So it's going to be spotted at the 29. It'll be a 39-yard attempt. Be past the halfway point of the third quarter. Snap back, down, kick is up.
Might be a little right.
Yeah, maybe wide right.
Good.
Just wide right. Just scoot it to the right. But at the high school level, that's a touchback. It does not come back out of the 29. Gets into so it's like a punt that went into the end zone. So that's a big spot at the 20. But the Tigers possess the ball. They kind of take a page out of the St. Mary's Ryken playbook. They possess the ball for more than half of the third quarter right there in their opening drive, thanks to a gutsy fake punt call.
Yeah. I mean, you could appreciate the team looking at Ubani afterwards. They're all getting pats on the back. Hey, it's all right. That was a tough field goal to try there.
And that's the longest one he's tried. And certainly 40-yard field goals are no gimmies on the high school level.
Or even at the college level, too.
No, you're right. That's not a gimme. So the ball is going to be spotted on the near hash. Be 1st and 10 for the Knights. They come out again with 3 receivers to the top and single receiver down to the bottom.
And safeties Kobe Beal and Sheldon Robinson playing fairly far up. Probably expecting the run here. Halfback
And
drop.
it is handed off.
Stopped for a gain of about 2 or 3.
Defense will swallow that one up.
Yeah, defense did do a pretty good job swallowing that one up. I agree with you.
That's important with this running back here because
Yeah.
if you think that you have him,
No.
then you don't. You
Yeah.
have to keep that guard up, or else
Because-
he's going to spin out of it and
Exactly.
he's gone.
He's going to spin out of it, and he's going to pick up 5 yards when he should have had a yard. So basically spotted for
Gain of about 3.
2 yards.
Another draw. He finds a gap.
Oh,
Another gap, and he's taken down for a first down.
It's nice feet in the hole. You call that having good feet in the hole right there. He got into the hole, and he has a little shuffle to the side, and all of a sudden he's picked up, 10 yards, more than 10 yards. Picked up about 13, be first and 10 from the 35.
Now they're running this hurry-up offense. Tiger defense hopefully can adjust to this new lineup here. Got trips right.
Yeah, trips down to the bottom of the screen,
Man
comes
in
in
motion.
motion, hands it off on the jet sweep again.
Taken
Ball
down.
down.
He is leveled.
Rissmiller says, I will blow that up this time.
And he is going crazy, and understandably so. That was such a beautiful play there by Rhys Miller.
Well, I mean, one thing we haven't talked about, Rissmiller is playing in the place of Charlie Sutton, who's not playing today. He's been our best
Yeah, this is not usually
linebacker.
his position.
No.
I had Charlie Sutton as man of the game for the Trinity Episcopal game.
Yeah, no, so we're a loss of 5, second 15, but Sutton's shoulder's a little dinged up, so we're hoping to get him back,
I
maybe
think
for
next
Georgetown
week,
prep.
I think he's supposed to play.
Well, if he doesn't play next week, then he has another week off because of the expedition. He basically gets a month off, so I'll be interested to see if he plays next week.
Man, almost in motion.
Yeah, looked like he wanted to go. That's handed off. Saunders
Spins out,
there.
but he's taken down.
This you mentioned this is a hurry up. This is a different version of the hurry up than some people expect. They're not trying to get the line and snap before you're set. They're trying to get the line, make you get to the line so they can see what your defense looks like, and then they call their plays from that. So they don't know what they want to call. Well, they don't know what they want to do until you line up. Some hurry up offenses, they get to the line, they have their play call, they go and they try to run it before you're set. These guys get to the line of scrimmage, make you commit to a defense, otherwise they're going to snap it, and then they call their play from there. It's a little different version of it. Could be 3rd and 14.
Ooh. Harper almost presses there, but they're expecting that pass. Drops back.
And drops. And that's the best pass he's thrown
And
probably
that will
today.
be a
I'd agree.
very-
Yeah.
That was an on-point bullet pass.
I
It
don't
should've
know that
caught
he
it
gets
that.
the first down, but he may get close enough to go for it, and he might get the first down. He's running across, but that's the best pass by far that we've seen him throw today. That has some zip on it. We'll have 26 Ethan Egamite again in the kick.
One of those plays that in that position you can't afford to drop that.
No,
Yeah,
that's
you just really can't. I mean, right now, I got to do a quick shout-out. Nick Logan's cleats are Jordans. They look really cool.
ball snap back, kick, and again,
really
end over end.
short kick
Tigers just
again.
need to get away from that.
Good bounce, though.
Yeah, good bounce.
Great bounce.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's going to turn what would have been maybe
20
a
yard,
20,
25.
30-yard kick.
It's going to be a 42-yard punt.
More of a 42-yard punt.
42-yard punt.
Good bounce on that.
But the Tigers will regain possession of the ball. 3 minutes and 28 seconds left here in the third quarter. Tigers with a 10-0 lead by virtue of about a 30-yard field goal and also a
30-yard touchdown.
Yeah, about a 34-yard touchdown pass. Maybe a little longer than that, actually.
Now, why did Sheldon Robinson not decide to stop that ball?
He would
Well,
have been decked.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Once it's hit the ground, you can't really wave fair catch and keep him off of you because
Yep.
it's hit the ground. So, yeah, discretion is the better part of valor. The last thing you want to do there is turn the ball over and give them new life.
Tigers lined up, trips left. Play action.
Look for
Evades.
that
Juke.
that RPO again.
He's still alive.
Maintains his
And one
feet.
of escapes.
Maintains his
Holy.
feet.
And
Wow.
he will be taken down at the 50-yard line for a gain of 20 yards.
That's
What a run there.
that's going to be a gain of 17 yards. And Wamhoff kind of says, I got some spin moves too.
Yeah, I mean, he was almost taken down by 4 or 5 knights there,
I
and he
thought-
just got right
Thought
out
it
of
was
it.
going to be night Wamhoff.
Night Wamhoff. I talked to his dad earlier. You may have to run that one by him.
Sounds like a diss track. Got
It
trips
does.
right, trying to get the snap off.
Oh,
Oh, he takes a play action. He's
he's
got
still
it.
on his feet and
that'll be a
gets the
first
first down
down.
again. He fooled me on that one. I thought he'd handed off on that one. I was trying to follow Junior
I thought we were
Saunders
about
around.
to see Mark hurdle the opponent. Like he had the space. I thought he was going to hurdle him.
You can't do that in high school.
Really?
It's a
You can't
15-yard
hurdle?
penalty. No,
I did not
it
know
is
that.
a 15-yard penalty. You're not allowed to hurdle in high school.
Jinx.
I mean, that would have been like
Because I actually saw some highlights last night and a touchdown called back.
no way.
Nope, absolutely. You're not allowed to hurdle.
That's fair. I mean, you're going to get a lot of injuries.
Yeah, and surprisingly though, kind of, it's a unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Oh, really?
Yes. Again, a
Womhoff
bunch.
takes it.
Womhoff hands off on a little reverse almost. There's a flag.
Looks like it's
2 flags on the play.
Yeah.
And the defender comes in really late to get that hit.
We'll see what that flag is. That's it came out in the territory where you'd expect a hold, but it would have been a kind of a quick one.
Yeah, but there's a second flag
Yeah,
down
you're right.
the
There's a
field
second
right
one.
at that late hit. I
I
think
will-
this might
So we do
offset.
get a hold.
I will say I fully attribute these flags to Mr. Holmes saying.
Yeah, I did
flags.
jinx this. You're exactly right.
I mean, but you're almost never gonna have a game with no penalties. I mean that's pretty rare.
that is a rarity. You're right.
We did not break 30 in the first quarter.
That's true.
That's very true.
But maybe I'll jinx this and I'll say, we haven't scored a touchdown in a while either. So hopefully maybe we'll follow through with that jinx as well. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. It is going to be a holding call. Set the Tigers back 10 yards. Still, however, in Knights territory. First and 20.
With 4 wide, including Julius Davis in the slot.
Yeah, Davis's versatility allows them to do a lot of things. Draw. That's going to be a draw. And
Takes a hit. And he's going to be stopped about a yard short.
yeah, he's going to be a yard loss, so that'll make him about 2nd and 21. The Ryken defensive line not really fooled there. The timing didn't look great either.
Getting hit with offensive holding is never great for the offense.
Well,
which is
especially with a
obvious,
good
but
defense like this. Yeah, you're set back, and it's tough enough to get 10 yards. 20 yards is much tougher even.
But so many times I could throw a huge wrench in the offense and really stall.
Sheldon Robinson in on offense now at a wingback. Do they have something drawn up for him, perhaps? Womhoff moves off to the side.
Wildcat formation.
Yep. Hands it off to Womhoff. And
fake.
throws it to Robinson.
And Robinson got room. The 25, the 20, 50, touchdown, Sheldon Robinson.
Bye-bye.
We gotta see that instant replay.
They
We
had
need
a play
that
called up
replay.
for him. That was the Sheldon Robinson special.
Donde está
And
Schaffer
you
Camp?
called that. You 100% called that.
And that goes 50 yards to the house.
We're waiting for this Schaffer replay.
You talk about a change in momentum. That's a quick change in momentum.
Looks like we might not be getting the Schaffer replay, but it was still a beautiful play. I mean, you have that fake reverse, gives it to Womhoff, and Womhoff just bolts it deep down to Sheldon Robinson for a touchdown. And Ubani,
and boom, Ubani bounces off the scoreboard.
Ubani might be a little ticked about the missed field goal.
I don't blame him.
All right, here we go. Here it comes again. Robinson gets it and cuts the middle of the field. And he was not touched. That was an excellent play. That was really drawn up well.
Maybe the Schaffer cam's a little low on battery.
Yeah, Schaffer's never low on batteries, but the Schaffer cam might be a little low on batteries.
Schaffer's like the Bugs Bunny,
the
Energizer
Energizer Bunny.
Yeah, the Energizer Bunny.
Never runs out of here. That's going to take the Tigers to a 17-0 lead with 1 minute and 6 seconds left here to go in the third quarter, and that is a huge, just plot twist and momentum change. You look like the Tigers are backed up. They're probably going to end up punting the ball back, and all of a sudden you got 7 more on the board and 17-0. It's a 3-score ball game. I will give the coaching staff the props on that. What a great time to call that play.
Also to give some props to Schaffer. I mean, JV football beat EHS 38-0.
Yep, and
he had some great plays in that game.
Our star safety.
Literally 6 hours later, at 2 a.m., there was a football edit for the game today.
Wow.
Ubani gets into the ball.
Ubani gets a great
That's going to come down.
touch on the ball.
A little miscommunication there from the returners.
Ball about the 3. And taken down.
That was a very interesting tackle.
Whoa. Some contact from 51 and 42, it looks
Did you see that tackle, Mr. Holmes?
45.
They just, got under him like a centipede or something.
I think Rissmiller was the one at the bottom of that pile, if I'm not mistaken.
Update from college football. Temple just kicked a 64-yard field goal, the longest Division I football since 08.
Wow.
So 64 yards. Congrats to Temple.
Holy smokes. Yeah, that kicker. Holy mountain. That is at whatever level you're at, that is a heck of a kick.
Oh, yeah.
So 1st and 10 at about the 30. Good return right there. Return from about the 3 to the 30. Does this change their offensive philosophy? No, it does not. They run the ball and run it well.
Oh, he's quick.
Let's see.
He's going. Saker's trying to catch up. and he gets a stiff arm, and he's finally shoved out at the 2-yard line. Or
Yeah,
they're
that's,
calling it the 6.
The Styles Harper did a good job staying with that play, helped to force him out.
And
yeah,
a
big
huge
play right
run.
there, huge run. That's to the 30 to the 6, so that's going to be a 64-yard gain. Big run right there, and that's why you don't get away from what you do well.
Yeah, you know, you're 100% right. I gotta give you that.
They'll be first and goal. Their second time this game they've been first and goal.
47 seconds left in the third quarter.
Tiger defense will need to stiffen. You have to wonder if the Tiger defense might have relaxed the play after having jumped out to a 17-0 lead.
That's understandable. It looks like the Tigers will call a timeout.
Yeah, Tiger's not happy there. And also, you guys just got gashed running down the field. So you give them an opportunity. So Tigers have claimed another touchdown in this quarter. The Sheldon Robinson 50-yard touchdown reception, by virtue of the little trickeration right there where you move the running back, Hudgens, back behind center. He takes a snap, looks like he's running Wildcat, catches the quarterback, Womhoff rolling around. Womhoff just dumps the ball off basically about 10 yards down the field. And to be honest, the defensive secretary didn't really know where the ball was, and he goes in untouched.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's what I've been kind of noticing here is this is new football versus old football. You have lots of trickery there coming in from Coach Mateo, and then you have the traditionality from St. Mary's Ryken, just running that ball, very few pass plays, and it's been working out so far better for Woodberry.
Well, you know, they beat Bishop McNamara, who I know is always a formidable program around the Baltimore area. They beat them 14-9 last week. This is a good team.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that.
No, I'm not saying that at all either. But
and he stopped short.
And it won't be the end of the third quarter. He's going to be about the 1 or 2 yard line, gain of about 4. That was what was impressive about that first drive. The Tigers stopped them. This offense is built to score from inside the 10-yard line. So we'll be under 20 seconds at the snap of the ball.
They'll probably get one more playoff, depending on how quickly they snap
The quarterback's going to
this.
go under center now. Yeah, I thought that may be what they were going to do.
Maybe just a sneak now. No,
Halfback
halfback
hand it
dive.
off, but now he's running laterally.
And that's what you don't want to do there. He's going to be stopped short once again.
No, big, powerful running back. He's not that tall, but a powerful running back. You don't want to run laterally. You want to be north-south downhill. Tigers will keep him out of the end zone. They'll discuss things at the end of the quarter. Tigers with a 17-0 lead in the third quarter by virtue of the Sheldon Robinson 50-yard touchdown reception from Womhoff. Womhoff with 2 touchdown passes today, 2 long touchdown passes, really.
Yeah, and one thing that I was talking to Nick Logan about yesterday that I forgot to mention, and I mean, I want to see if you can attest to this. He said that while watching St. Mary's Ryken film, they blitz a lot.
Yeah, they like to bring guys. Yeah, they want to bring some guys and create a little havoc. It is something that they like to do, and you got to be able to deal with that. Got to be able to pick it up.
The pressure's gotten to Mark a few times, but I don't think they've gotten a single sack this game.
I wouldn't say the pressure's gotten to Mark. I think there's been a couple interesting little
I just mean that he's been under pressure.
I think there has been pressure. I think he has handled it well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there has been pressure. And, you know, we've seen a lot of growth in Mark Womhoff over the last year because early in the year, Womhoff was a little bit maligned just because he was turning the ball over, trying to force some plays that weren't there and throwing some picks that maybe, you know, when he didn't need to. Last year. But this year, he has looked like a much more like,
it's much more composed.
Yeah, I know
Absolutely.
this is my team, and I'm going to go out there and just make plays that I need to make.
This is
and
his
otherwise.
second year with the team, and
Yeah.
he knows most of the guys. We didn't lose that many seniors.
No, and also he's just more comfortable.
Exactly.
We're going to call that might have been a loss of a half yard. I think he's back at the 2 now.
That would make sense.
Let's see if the Carson Murray I see trotting on the field. We'll see.
Number 30 coming off.
Yeah, you're at the point now where you can't get stopped. You got to score a touchdown here, so.
Birthday boy comes off for number 55.
Also, I was just thinking about plays that Mark made under pressure. I mean, that first touchdown the Tigers got.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
That's about as much pressure as you can get.
No, and he steps up and keeps his eyes down the field.
Yep.
Big set. We've got 55 in at blocking back for the who's a large young man, and 44
have a
who's
lot of
almost
large
equally
players.
as large. Under center. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground. Ball's on the ground, and
Touchdown!
he falls on it in the end zone.
That's one way to score.
No, that's one way to score.
Wow. I mean, if Woodberry fell on that, that would have been nuts. But
I mean, that would have been a Navy moment where they fumble on the 1 yard.
That's interesting.
Ooh,
Yep.
wow.
Well, what a way to score.
That literally would have been a Navy moment.
No, you're right. What a way to score.
or almost like a butt fumble moment type thing with
Mark Sanchez.
Mark Sanchez
Yeah.
and the New York Jets. And they'll be lining up for their first extra point of the game.
Jonathan
to make
Campbell on the kick. Ball's up. One step and boots it through. I like it. That was simple. One
17-7
and kick. 17-7. So the on the first play of the fourth quarter, the Knights do finally dent the scoreboard in a kind of unusual way. But they do dent the scoreboard 17-7, so they close that gap up to 10 points. Mainly, though, by virtue of the 64-yard run by Milburn to begin the drive.
So it's important to note here, the Tigers did go 5 quarters in a row without letting up any scores. Because, I mean, that was at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
And they opened the season with 4 straight, shutting out Flint Hill. So 9 out of the 12 quarters will have been scoreless.
So we know that
That's a very interesting.
That's impressive.
The offense is getting a lot of praise here, but at the same time, the defense has just been clutching up.
No, defense has been lights out. Let's hope that they continue to be, because, to be honest, I mean, the 64-yard run sets everything up, and it shortens the field, and they're not going to score a lot of quick touchdowns unless you give up for the plays like that.
Even then, their touchdown wasn't secured. I mean, that was almost a terrible little incident they had there.
So it'd be interesting to see what the Tigers do on offense. Do you go into kind of like trying to milk the clock a little bit? Might be a little early for that.
They have 2 huddles right next
Well,
to
this could be the huddle where you come out and you onside kick, surprise onside kick. If you catch the other team unaware, the kicker can just turn around and pooch it, and you get a little surprise onside kick. But no surprise here.
Also, there's been no turnovers this game, which has been interesting. That was almost the first one.
Knock on wood. Yeah, it was almost.
Sheldon Robinson almost forced 2 turnovers.
Robinson's back, and he'll take the ball to about the 2.
Looking for some good blocks here, but he's not going to get any.
No, that was well defended. Good kick coverage there. There's a flag.
Oh, some late hits there on St. Mary's Ryken.
Yeah, we'll see what that is. That's get a little fool yourself to be behind by 10 points in the fourth quarter, just to be honest. We'll see who that's called on.
I mean, I wonder if we have Schaffer cam of that replay.
There's the
probably not, no.
penalty, personal foul on the Knights. That'll put the Tigers out just past the 30-yard line.
A little bit of a blunder there. You just got to keep yourself composed. I mean, like you said, they're a well-coached team.
No, they're well-coached.
Getting later onto the game, they can get a little more loosened up.
Well, the thing is, though, I mean, the game is played by humans. If you could call teenage boys humans, but I guess you can.
Wow, shots fired.
Okay, sorry. I love you guys. You know, I love you guys.
No more than you can call veteran faculty humans.
Okay, all right. Okay. All right.
Oh, wow. Trips left. Let's get back to it.
Long ball keeps it. There's the RPO.
Leahy's
taking
up.
Gets a yard.
Well, Leahy's been getting some
rough
hits
Leahy has taken the brunt of a couple pretty good shots. You're correct.
But he's able to get right up and stay on the field this time.
But to my point, the game is played by humans, and you're played by teenage boys who are emotional. It's an emotional game. You're out there, like, putting your body, up against somebody else and just trying to knock the snot out of them.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's gonna happen. So
of course,
the young man, I'm sure, would like to have that back, but it's an emotional game. So
Stuff
second
happens.
9, yeah, things happen.
They got bunch formation here.
Yep, there's the bunch.
Play
Keeps it.
action.
Oh, looks down the field.
Off.
Oh, and there's the safety valve.
Leahy's got
Leahy
some room.
needs to turn that up and get a first down, and he does.
Yeah, beautiful run there by Leahy.
That's a little bit of an RPO look right there. That's going to be
he's just wide open there in the flat.
gain of 15 yards. Ball's at the 49-yard line. Still in Tiger territory.
Yep.
If you're the Tigers, you want to score. You want to take 5 minutes off the clock. That's what you really want to do. You want to score. You want to take 5 minutes off the clock.
Like you were saying that 8-minute offense.
4-minute offense.
4-minute.
You're trying to milk that last 4 minutes of the game. Yep. 4-minute offense.
I bet there's like an 8-minute offense too.
Oh, no doubt.
You're just running the ball.
Zell's down at the bottom of the screen. 3 receivers up top. Davis as the H-back tight end. Ball snapped. Handed off. Met in the backfield. Swallowed up.
But he's going to fight
wow.
for a gain of 0.
Yeah, I think it's probably
you got to give
good.
that to him.
No, wow. He could have easily been stopped for 2-yard loss.
Really good effort there by Keandre, who's a good amount shorter than a lot of the Knights defense here. So
yeah,
I mean,
but that kid is like pure muscle.
Well, you have to.
Yeah.
You also have to credit their defense because Hutchins has been like the money man in the second half. The first two
yeah.
games, like the second half, he is like eating teams alive. And St. Mary's
Especially
Ryken
the
has
Flint Hill
continued to
game.
play well. Yeah,
Not
especially.
fully yet.
Drop straight back, finds Hutchins out of the backfield.
oh, he's got some.
Got a
room.
little room. Oh, leg in the ground. Oh, jelly leg.
Yeah, I mean, ankle's a little bit broken there, but solid run pass for about 5 yards.
You know what, though? That's almost a run. It's almost a modern-day version of a run. So that's going to be a 3rd and 5, maybe a little more than 5. Inside Knights territory now. We're under the 10-minute mark at 9 minutes and 20 seconds.
But if they're stopped here, maybe you could put it into Ubani to kind of pin them within their own 10.
You're right. If you feel like if you get down to 4th and 1, you might try to put that nail in the coffin by picking up another first down.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting. Wamhoff sprints to his right.
Quick pass.
Oh,
by Leahy.
Great pass to Leahy.
And
Nice
that
job.
will be a first down.
Leahy with 3 receptions on this drive.
Yeah, Leahy's been a key member of this drive. I mean, early on in this game, he really just had that one hit or that one pass where he got banged up, and now he's been doing a lot more this drive.
No, I mean, sometimes you just find something you like. That is a first down. Convert the 3rd down. Be first and 10 from the 39-yard line. A little under 9 minutes on a running clock now in the 4th quarter. Tigers with a 17-7 lead. Both teams, they've exchanged touchdowns this half. Wamhoff designed run.
Oh, he's got some
follows
blocks.
around. And
He's going to run it for about 7.
Yep, and that's fine. That's a perfectly good play. You tell your quarterback to do that. You picked this up 7 yards. You did your job.
7 yards.
We'll call that 2nd and 3 at the 32.
And now you're touching up on that Ubani range, but
Yeah, you're getting there.
yep. But I mean,
Probably still a little bit out of it.
it's just important right now. Keep it within. Don't bring it out of bounds, and try to run the ball as much as you can. Just get that clock down as much as possible.
Bunch to the top. Julius Davis pulls across. Wamhoff keeps the ball and runs behind Davis.
Oh, he's first dives.
I'm a little surprised that's not a flag.
I think he was in pursuit, and it was a really quick slide.
Yeah,
too.
you're right. You're right.
There's
also-
not much you
I
can
mean,
do there.
Yeah, you're right. He's and he didn't actually make good solid contact with him. You're right.
And
Here
That
we
will be
go.
a first down after the slide.
And that's Mark's thing. He's always sliding.
No.
I mean, that was his first slide of the game.
Yeah, I'm
He's usually
kinda
taking those
surprised by
tackles.
that.
So that'd be a first down in any case. And he pulled around behind Davis. There's so many things you can do out of that bunch.
Usually quarterbacks slide to prevent.
Yeah, we're going to get a timeout, I think, probably
Mark was
from.
sliding a lot during that Flint Hill game.
All right, so-
Usually you slide to prevent the fumble.
This is where your defensive coordinator talks to your defense and guys says, guys, we are slowly dying. They are running the
Yeah.
ball down our throat, and we are not stopping them. It has gone from 12 minutes left to 8 minutes, so they've already run 4 minutes off the clock. When we talk about 4-minute offense, he said, we are dying a slow death right now. If they continue to do this, then we're going to
Game
lose.
over.
And we're only behind by 10. We're still trying
it's
to
a
win.
2-score game. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a really tough position to be in if you're a Knights fan.
No, so you're going to talk about we gotta catch our breath because they're running the ball down our throat, or we're going to make a little different, a little change on defense. Maybe we do blitz more guys and try to bring some pressure because there's run blitzes and there's pass blitzes.
Well, it's also a tough position to be coaching from. There's so many different ways that you could try and make this happen.
No, you're exactly right. But these guys are well coached.
But I'm thinking, I just realized this. I don't think you take the field goal here because if
No,
you go
you
up
just
20 to
keep- yeah.
7, then they get 2 touchdowns.
Well, they're probably going to have to kick or score 2 touchdowns. You're right,
Yeah.
because just of the nature of the game at this point.
Oh, they have Mark Wamhoff lined up at receiver with Keandre and
Sanker.
at Wildcat. Sanker's going to get the
He sprints.
Snap.
He
Little stiff arm there.
He pats him on the head a little bit.
I don't
And
know if
that's
that
gonna
was
be-
just trying to kill the clock a little bit.
I'm
Yeah,
not
but
sure.
he got out of bounds.
Yeah, I think they didn't maybe get the look they liked exactly.
If he cut earlier and had some room there, then got out inbounds, then that would kill the
I'm not
clock.
sure
Well,
if
the
that
clock
was
is
a-
still running. No, the clock's
Yeah.
still running. But I'm in agreement with you there. That's one of those things. He's just not used to being the quarterback. You want to stay in bounds there, and you want to tuck it up and get 3 yards.
I'm
If
not
you tuck
sure
it up
if-
and get 3 yards,
Oh, why is
you're
the
happier.
clock running?
If that was a
I think they said his forward progress was stopped
Yeah.
before he got to actual back to the
Okay.
line of scrimmage, which is okay. It is what it is.
not sure if he's looking for Mark as a receiver. I wouldn't want to put your quarterback as a receiver and get leveled.
Well, he didn't really run a route.
Almost jumps there on the hard count. Or on the clap, I should say.
Plenty of time.
He might run that. He's going to tuck it. Little spin move.
Spins and goes down. And that tackle is by number 10, one of their captains, Zachary Pugh, who's a junior. We've called his name a lot of tackles today.
That was like an action figure move from Mark Womhoff.
Yeah, it was really just like slow
That was like
and like well,
like a Power Ranger.
slow motion.
So what are we going to call it? 3rd and 3.5-ish. It's probably a little more than 3, not quite 4. And we moved the ball close to the 20-yard line. Womhoff back in the shotgun again. Hudgens at his right.
Ooh, hard count almost gets him. Looking for the call now.
Junior Saunders points over like, I got you. I saw you. You almost jumped. I think we moved early. We didn't get a
Looks like
flag.
they won't call it, though.
No, I thought Julius Davis flinched and moved
There's
early.
a
There's
late
another flag. That one is in late. We'll see what that call is.
Might be in the...
We did not get a call on illegal motion. I thought Davis might have flinched.
Maybe it's more of a personal foul type call, but I didn't see anything going on.
No, I didn't see a whole lot either. Could have been no flag.
No flag.
They're like, oh, we didn't see anything either. Sorry.
Penalty flag's been waved off.
Almost halfway through the fourth quarter here.
And the sun's coming out now.
Yeah, we are starting to get a little sun. So it's 4th down, and this is an interesting call. You may see the Tigers bleed the clock down and then call a timeout to talk it over. We'll see.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said earlier, getting that field goal just really doesn't help you out that much.
Not a whole lot. It's also not a chip shot because you're looking at 41 or 42 yards here.
Yeah, this is, I mean, obviously no man's land in
There is no safety back deep, though. None. Womhoff will tuck it and run, and he'll run for a first down, I believe.
I think that's definitely a first down.
That should be a first down. Yeah, that's a first down.
It's really hard to tell from here, but yeah. He beat the first down mark by about 5 yards.
Yeah, you got it. So that was interesting, though. There was no safety back right there. Like
that was an all-or-nothing play if a receiver.
Well, yeah, it's also one of those things you just call 4 verts and tell them, go, you run down the field as fast as you can. But I like that. That was a good run by Womhoff. First and 10 at the 14.
Trips left. Lots of trips this game. Man in motion.
Hand it off. He follows Zell around and Junior. Cuts it back. Keeps his feet. Keeps his feet.
He'll be out at around the 5-ish yard line. We're not really sure.
They're calling it,
I
think, the 6.
Rough you.
Getting a good look at that from our camera down here. We can see what they're doing in that end zone. One of the things I love about this look is you can see what's happening with the line, and you could really, really see Saunders pulling around right there and then following him.
Also, when we were at the concession stands earlier, I had William Russell's phone, and his mom said that the broadcast was looking great. So thank you to our valued listeners.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you all.
We appreciate that.
Lined up for second down and short. Direct snap to Womhoff.
And Womhoff.
Ooh, big hit there. He's
just
going to
hold on to the ball. He's probably a yardish short.
Maybe even half a yard.
Yeah,
He's
about
really
the
close to that
5-yard
first
line.
down marker.
But you know what? If you pick up the first down in the long run, you don't care because you get another play. So, we have bled the clock from
5:20.
They scored with 11:54 left to go in the fourth quarter, and we have possessed the ball for the last 6.5 minutes, which is
That's
ideal.
exactly what you want to do. Mateo's doing the right thing here.
It's ideal.
So they're lined up for 3rd and about 1.
Yeah, 3rd and a yard, maybe a little short of a yard. It's close.
On the 5-yard line of the Knights.
Getting that long look. Womhoff hands it off to Hudgens. Hudgens will scoot into the end zone.
Touchdown, Tigers.
The 5-yard touchdown run as we go under the 5-minute mark. That's almost exactly a 7-minute touchdown drive. Almost exactly. 7 minutes and 6 seconds on the touchdown drive.
That's going to make it a 3-score game, I believe.
Yep, 23-7. Well, now you got to make the extra point. Right now you're still within two scores. So you make the extra point, you stretch it out to a 3-score game.
Mr. Glover would definitely be happy about our performance today.
No, I would agree with you. I think he would have appreciated this.
Snap
down, kick up, and it is now a 3-score ball game.
Ubani is good.
3-score ball game.
Andrew Ubani.
So now, no long kickoff returns. No long kickoff returns. Make them start with the ball at the 20-yard line and have to drive 80 yards because they're probably not going to do that 3 times in the next 5 minutes from what we have seen thus far. We did see the 60-something-yard run, though, that definitely sprung them for their touchdown.
So now it's 24-7 with just under 5 minutes left in this game. I mean, you're St. Mary's Ryken. What are you doing?
I come out and I get one play where I run and try to get see if I could catch lightning in a bottle, kind of like I did with the long run. And then you just got to go to the air. It's not what you do best. It's not what you want to do.
It's just trying to put some points on the board.
But what you have to do. Yeah.
I mean, that big run by number 5, that was the first play of the drive, correct?
Yeah, it was the first play of the drive.
So, I mean,
I also would say if you got some little dipsy doodle on the kickoff return where maybe you run a reverse or something, this might be the time to drag that out.
Maybe they can get some lateral action here. I always love watching those plays.
Ubani, line drive.
That might go out.
And it gets goes out of bounds before it got this. I thought it might have hooked around the pylon, but apparently it goes out before.
Puts at the 35.
That's the 35. Yeah, that'd be spotted at 35.
So
I mean, you could elect to take it to the 1, but I don't think anybody would do that.
So solid field position for the Knights going into this very important drive here. I mean, if you can't come out of this drive with points, you're pretty much done.
Yeah, and you have to put points on the board. Within the next couple minutes, really.
And it can't be a field goal either. I mean, it really just needs to be a touchdown. They need to be able to drive down in time and get a touchdown.
There are different schools of thought of that.
Even then, the Tigers are just going to take a knee.
If you get stopped between the 15 and the 20 on a drive, then maybe you kick the field goal. But if you get inside the 10, no, definitely not.
They have 5 wide. No run right here unless it's a QB sneak.
Quick pass.
Caught. Gain of about 6.
Sinker takes him out of bounds.
Solid play there to start off the drive, and way to get out of bounds there.
Yep, gain of 7-ish. We'll see exactly where they spot it.
And I mean, I know you're saying that they could take a knee.
6.
But I mean, if they don't take off that much time in this drive, then Woodberry would still need to get a few first downs.
So 2nd and 4. Looks deep downfield, and that's
picked off.
That's picked off.
As Shorty Strother, he's going to bring it back.
Strother takes it back inside Knight territory, and that is just not what they do best.
And that might just be the final nail in the coffin if they could get a few first downs.
Yeah,
here.
if you can pick up a first down, 2 first downs
They've
probably
been saving
does
up their timeouts. So
well, we saw them take one on defense last drive, so they're down to 2
at this point.
So probably 2 timeouts left.
And Shorty Strother just kind of sitting back there. See that? Just sitting back there, almost a safety, even though he's a linebacker.
Yeah, just not the best read there. Kind of gave it right to him. I know he was looking for that wide receiver about 5 yards behind Shorty, but he just underthrew that.
Well, it's the same route combination that they ran earlier where Shorty got the interference called on him. It's the same route combination.
18, Murdoch Merlin's lined up instead of Sanker. They're probably going to be
there's no reason to play Sanker here.
Agreed.
Hudgens up the middle.
And he's got a solid game.
Either
7
just
yards.
in or just short.
Yeah, I think he's about 7 yards. About 7.
And the clock will start winding down to 4:21.
Yeah, we'll be probably
Mr.
under
Holmes,
4 minutes.
If you get within the 20 and you have a little bit more than 2 minutes, what are you doing?
If I get within the 20, and if it's 4th and 15, I'm kicking the field goal. If it's 4th and 5 or 6, I go for it.
Agreed.
I try to keep the ball because you are at a 3-score margin right now already.
Merlin and Davis lined up on the right end with Zell and Leahy on the left.
Draw, gets up the middle and breaks the tackle. Breaks another tackle.
Taken down at the 17.
And just the perseverance there from Keandre Hudgens is going to give the Tigers a first down in the red zone.
And that's going to be a gain of about 15. I'll tell you what I like about Hudgens, though. There's a lot of things I like about Hudgens. Hudgens just drags a guy for another 5 yards, picks up, hands the ball to the official, goes getting back in the huddle. There's no gloating or no look what I did. You got to love that because there's a lot of that in a lot of places now.
I would love to see Murdoch get some reps here.
No,
so would I.
None of us would be opposed to that. He's at my table, the seated meal rotation.
Unfortunately, I don't think they're going to be running it passing it with only 3:18 left on the clock.
No, right now I'm going to run the clock. Because you're also, to be honest, you don't want to score.
Bunch formation.
This other team has played well. There's no reason to run it up. Oh, there's a reverse again.
Zell is going to be taken up for a loss of about 1.
All right, so if you're looking at this film after the game and you're trying to figure out your takeaways, that play didn't work twice.
Well, that's one of the reasons you run it then. Because now your opposition next week goes, oh, wow, they were in reverse twice. We got to prepare for that. You may not have any intention of running that next week. But you got to prepare for it. We're now under 3 minutes.
Game next week is
Georgetown Prep next Friday. That's a Friday. That's
Friday
at home. That's a Friday game.
We don't have an away game until I think collegiate.
Yeah,
which is
we'll host Georgetown Prep Friday at 4. That's a 4 o'clock kickoff next Friday.
These are some late games.
Well, we still have daylight.
Oh,
Wamhoff keeps
takes
the ball. Wamhoff,
And he is gone!
and he will
Touchdown,
score.
Wamhoff.
He will score.
Wow! And he hits a little celly afterwards. And Mark Wamhoff is having himself a day.
If he's not one of your players of the game, he'll be mine. So I'm figuring he'll be one of y'all.
I honestly haven't even thought about mine.
I got a lot of guys that
I
I've
need to
been
start
mulling
thinking
over.
about mine.
It's been a real team effort today.
No,
There
it
hasn't
has.
been one like spotlight player, kind of like some guys in the previous weeks.
No, I agree.
Now, Woodberry isn't doing that lineup for.
No reason to show that now.
Yep.
Yes, that's not through. That's going to make it 31-7. Tigers have stretched it out to a 4-score. Well, you could still be 3. It's 24.
Yep.
3
Exactly
touchdowns and 2 point
three-score
conversions.
game.
It could be 3-score game. 2 minutes and 19 seconds. Tigers do take advantage of the turnover. They drive it down the field about 35 yards, a little more than 35 yards.
And they already have the start of the buses chant going on. With 2:19 left in the fourth, Tigers lead 31-7. And look at this. The Tiger parents are just. This is a great
just
atmosphere.
alumni.
No, it is a great atmosphere.
Parents and alumni. And I got to give props to the managers too. Excuse me.
Yeah.
They've been catching all the extra points, defending all the cars that are parked pretty close to the field.
Well, they're not having to fetch footballs off the baseball field this year, though, which is a little bit of a
that's
Did
change.
that
true.
happen last year?
I bet.
No, that's a little bit of a stretch, but there would be balls in the road.
Yeah, I feel like I
That's
remember
crazy.
that.
Yeah, a ball on the baseball field.
That'd be
that'd be.
impressive.
And you'd have to take like a 5-yard field goal and have him absolutely booted.
All right, so Ubani gets his right foot into it. Line drive kick will come down. Oh, into the end zone. Into the end zone.
Ubani has been dialed this game.
Well, I'm guessing 4 is not a shortstop because he didn't handle that bad hop, but. But Bradley's played very well. I'm not saying anything
he's
derogatory.
been an asset for the Knights today.
No, he's been one of their better players on the field for sure. The Tigers will come out. It's a 31-7 ball game. Tigers have outscored the Knights 21-7 here in the second half. 14-7. That touchdown was in this quarter. 14-7 in this quarter.
And that'll be 2 minutes and 19 seconds left on the clock.
We'll see
what they can make of
this.
what
they do. Yeah, not a big surprise that they run it. And a different running back
Sheldon
in.
Robinson brings him down.
That's 29, who is Garrett Williams. He's a sophomore. And built like their other running backs.
And
built a lot like the other
they're
guys.
They're just running it slow. They're running the ball. I mean, I think they're kind of just accepting their fate in this game.
Well, it's just one of those things.
They don't want to put up extra points.
Well,
if they throw another pick, I mean,
and
close to
if you realize you've lost, and you're as well coached as this group is, you just kind of like, we've lost this one. We'll go back to work and be better next week.
Mm-hmm. I got to hand it to St. Mary's Ryken. They're a very well coached crew who run some great plays. Had a great initial drive.
No, you notice they're not even trying to hurry. They're just doing their thing.
Oh, good juke there from the quarterback.
Oh, that was
Another
nice.
one.
And
attempt at the stiff arm is throttled.
There's flags.
Multiple
there.
flags.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's trying to take him to the ground there or not.
I mean, he was kind of holding on to him.
Yeah, that's Cade Ellis. I don't know if the intent was to take him to the ground.
Cade Ellis.
But he was just engaged with him. They're going to get Ellis off the field now, which is probably a good move.
He already
that's his
had a
second.
penalty.
Yeah, that's his second. Let's not get him another one. So it's a good move to get him off. Like I said, he was so tied up with the quarterback. I don't know that he meant to take him to the ground.
I don't think so either.
Only Cade probably knows that.
Looks like Mateo's having a chat with him.
You know what this is, Coach?
No.
That's shift. That's this is illegal shift.
Yeah, this is shift.
Yeah.
I don't know what one arm
This
is.
is illegal motion, but that was not an illegal motion penalty.
I saw one of the referees hit that.
No, I did not see that. I wish I'd seen that. I might have a better idea. That's an illegal motion.
But it will be a personal foul.
1st and 10. Ball will be spotted at about the 39-yard line, we'll call it. Ball snap back, hand it off again. Run up the middle. And
Still on his feet.
Strother's in on that tackle.
He's wrapped up.
Yep. Clock will probably be under a minute on this snap. And now things might be starting to get a little chippy. You hope the game has been so well played and so cleanly played. You hope you will end well also.
And honestly, for how well St. Mary's Ryken's been playing, I don't think I know I said this earlier with the 10-0 score. I don't think 31-7 accurately depicts it.
No, it's been a very well played ball game. The Tigers have simply taken advantage of the scoring opportunities they've had, especially in the second half.
There will be 50,
Yeah, a
49.
little less than 50. In fact, if you
Probably
do it right,
40
this
seconds when
this
play
could be the
starts.
last play of the ball game if you
Yeah.
do
Yep.
things correctly.
So 2nd and 5 on the Knights' 39-yard line.
Hand it
Or
off.
40.
That's
forward.
number
Ooh,
27,
suplex.
Devin Moses, a junior.
Whoa, whoa, some late pushes there.
That wasn't
Yeah.
even a push. That was just contact.
No, I saw 75. He physically pushed him.
Yeah. And his teammates are kind of trying to get him out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to be suplexing kids on arguably the last play of the game.
No, this is like the game was well played. It's two good teams. We are going to get a timeout because I think our coaches are going to talk to our guys about let's cut the shenanigans out.
Yeah,
make the tackle, go line up and play defense.
That might be a couple more laps. I know they do that for personal fouls. Everybody has to run a lap for every personal foul in the game.
Well,
Or something like
yeah,
that.
there's some that are worthwhile, but ones right now would not really be. Not what you want.
Will be 20 seconds left on the clock.
I haven't seen Mateo doing too many of his jumping jacks
Uh,
this game.
You know, he seemed like he was really locked in and knew this was going to be quite a test for his team after last week's.
Even though this game has been proven
Probably,
much
honestly,
easier than the Trinity game.
No, the scores
I don't think that's
more
score-wise.
substantial.
I think
But this
is
game has
almost
been
a
anything
harder
but
game.
easy. This is
Yeah.
a good football team. This is a good football team, a well-coached football team, a physical football team. The score simply got away from it in the end. It was 17-7, and we put a couple of touchdowns on the board. The score is not at all indicative of the competitiveness of this game. Not at all.
Yeah, it was a misinterpretation
No,
from my end.
no, I'm not scolding you. Definitely
no,
not.
no,
But it's just the game has been well played and hard played.
3rd and 5, they're going to run the ball.
Yep.
And he's down
He just trips
for
up.
maybe a first down,
I
but
don't think so.
13 seconds left on the clock, and they're just going to let it run.
Carried by Nazaro.
So with the offense walking off the field, the Tigers will win 31-7 against the Knights of St. Gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the final.
Why am I drawing a blank? St. Mary's Ryken.
St. Mary's Ryken. Sorry, I didn't realize that's where
Sorry,
you're
yeah,
struggling with.
that was my fault. Sorry.
No, I didn't want to. So
I want to thank our visitors from St. Mary's
that
Ryken.
was the score was not all
Players, coaches,
indicative.
fans.
Yeah.
People are going to see that score and
For
think,
visiting
"Wow,
us at
Woodberry
Woodberry
squashed
today.
them." That was a 17-7 game, basically at the fourth quarter, and the Tigers just put it up away with a couple of good plays, an 8-minute drive, and then a short field. All right, well, let's talk about our men of the match, guys. Who we gonna dial up?
Give me some time here.
Okay,
I mean, personally, I think it's Will Leahy.
okay. I think that's a good call because.